How you guys doing? What's going on? Happy Sunday. But it's not a happy Sunday for me. After the reports I just heard, after the news that I just heard about Angie Stone's last moments. Do you know how her last moments ended for her? She was begging for her life to be spared, begging, yelling, please, please. But did that driver stop? He ignored Angie Stone's yell, and she was begging for her life at this point. And I don't know about you guys, but this story is a lot of holes in it, and it's a lot of cover-ups, and I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it one bit. So I have to tell you guys everything. Sherita Murphy is speaking out. She is one of the twins that was on that van with Angie Stone. Now, some people still feel like Angie Stone was not on that van, but according to Sherita Murphy, she was there. She says that Angie Stone was in that van. She says Angie Stone was in that van. And Sherita Murphy has came out and she's spoken out. And she says that the person out driving that van, I believe his name is Lethal, he was a speed demon. Everybody and their mama was trying to get him to slow down, but he would not. It was like he was on a mission for Satan himself. It was like he was on a mission. And he did this purposely. Sherita Murphy said this could have been avoided 100%. It was no need for him to go that fast. It was no need for him to be so nasty and rude to everybody. They said it was like a different person. It was like a demon that was driving that van. He turned around and he was yelling at them, telling them, be quiet. I'm taking y'all where y'all need to go. I'm taking you where you need to go. I'm taking you where you need to go. And those were the message I feel like he had for Angie Stone. He was taking her out of here because he was sent on a mission. And we're not even going to talk about the truck driver, the 18-wheeler, because where is he at? Don't you call it strange? And I know some people say, well, I don't feel like that 18-wheeler truck driver had nothing to do with it. Bull crap. I call red flag on the damn play. If he didn't have anything to do with it, why is he fleeing? Why did he quit his job? Who quits their job in this economy? Hell, everything is up. Eggs still ain't go down. Who is quitting their job? Who can afford to quit their job in this damn economy? Huh? I tell you who. Somebody that's been paid already. Yeah, I believe he got a big cut by the uppers. He has disappeared. The truck driver wife has disappeared. She ain't working no more either. Who can quit their job in this economy? A husband and wife. Who can quit? I tell you who. Somebody that got paid a big payout to do what they did and to damn disappear. Because it ain't no way that truck driver that's driving an 18-wheeler should disappear and have nothing to say, especially if you're innocent. If you're innocent and you have a good heart and you want to help other humans, you want to help daughters and sons and family members get some answers. Hell, if this happened to your mom, you would want somebody to come out and say, you guys know what? I was in that truck. I did this. I did that. I seen this. I seen that. I want to let you guys know my hearts are with you guys. It's no ill will intent, blah, 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 blah. Is that mother effing easy? It's simple, but it's not simple when you know you got paid to do damage. When you know what was going on, it's something up in here and it's crooked as hell. And see, the driver of that van, I really wasn't really zoning in on your ass like I should, dude. Because Storm, he was on, and it didn't Storm say, Storm kept on saying, that driver in the sun, the driver in the sun. You know, I'm just like, oh, okay, the driver in the sun, the driver in the sun. I don't know. You know what I mean? But after hearing Sherita Murphy testimony, the twins that was in the car, the van, and how she said, man, and your ass was on a mission to take Angie Stone out of here. You was on a mission. You was an assignment by Satan himself. And Angie Stone told us a couple of months ago, didn't she say Satan was trying to take her ass out of here? Press 2 if you heard it out her mouth, and she let it known to the mountaintop that Satan was trying to take her out of here, that Satan was colluding with the music industry to take her out of here. And people have constantly said, well, if she would have kept her mouth closed, then possibly she would have still been alive today. I don't know if I agree with that, for the simple fact, this shit wasn't just happening a year ago, 2 years ago. They've been stealing from her. We're talking about 30 years. We're talking about years and years and years. They've been stealing from her. And do you think they have the integrity to do right, to correct their wrongs? No, they don't have right in them. They cannot, they ain't gonna do it. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. They cannot stop doing wrong. That is just how that game goes. And she was quiet. She said that she tried to make a deal with them and behind the scenes, okay? And she have not been talking about this out in public. She's a classy lady. She keep her private affairs private. But she said they kept on playing in her face. Then she said they was trying to keep on taking her out of here. And she said that last scare that she had back in the fall of 2024, where they poked her with that poison needle and they had intended to take her out of here because I already knew she was dealing with bad health. Okay? Once she said she called on Jesus because she knew she was about to transition out of here. She said she was about to die, y'all. She said she was about to die. Do you understand? She said, and we all heard the industry, they already decided that she was a dead girl. They was calling her dead girl. They said, yeah, that's the dead girl. She had to get on internet to let y'all know that, you know, that is horrible rumors, that she is still alive and she is still fighting. She is fighting for her life. She is fighting for her family, and she is fighting for what's right. And not only is she just fighting for herself, but she's fighting for everybody that is trying to go into the music industry and thinking that you're going to be done fair. Everybody that's going into the music industry, that if you're a good person, if you're a Christian, she was sending a warning. Watch out, because they are targeting you and they would take you off the board. They would cheat you out your money. They will manipulate you. Okay, so you better be prayed up. You better go the opposite way if you really want to know what's good for you. But if you are determined to get in this thing, you better stay prayed up and you better have the armor of God with you. Because she said, I am a testimony. She says, I've done right. I've opened doors for people. I have written for people. I have never had no intended will for anybody in this game. And they have all have done me wrong and played in my face. And she said she was on her deathbed. And none of those people that she has helped came to check and see about her. She said that really destroyed her. But she had to remember she had God. And she said as long as she have God on her side and her family, she's good. So afterwards, then when she realized they're going to take you out of here anyway, when she realized they were planning to take her ass out of here anyway, that is when she decided to talk about it, and she was cleaning shop. They said that she was wiping out, getting new people. Those new people did more research and found out that the people that was in her mix, inner circle, was doing her wrong. She just found more revelation. Oh my God. Not only is the big company doing me wrong, but the Black folks that I've hired, The black folks that's in my inner circle, they are stealing from me too. She was disgusted. She was shocked. She was bamboozled. And if you ever been bamboozled by anybody or anything, have you ever been tricked? A lot of times you want to go out and tell somebody, hey, don't go to that goddamn gas station, y'all. I went to that gas station and they set me up and they robbed me. You want to send a warning because you know a lot of people go to that goddamn gas station, right? You went there, you thought it was some gas. Nah, that was, man, that's a damn trap. It's a trap. So because she have a good heart, she has integrity, you see. So she wanted to warn people that don't go there. They're going to set you up. A lot of people that don't have good integrity, they don't have a good heart, they will stay quiet in hopes to save themselves. And they can sit there and watch everybody go to that gas station, get set up, and get taken out. And they keep their lips sealed, Mary J. Blige, Alicia Keys, because they lack integrity. Do you understand? So we have to talk about all this, all right? So Sherita, circling back around, Sherita Murphy, one of the twins in the van, she said that Lethal, the driver, was on a speed demon mission. Angie Stone begged him, please, she was pleading for her goddamn life. Man, slow down. But he was paid. He was on an assignment from Satan. So he just kept on pushing his goddamn foot on the gas, okay? Everybody in the van, now come on, everybody in that van telling you to slow down. You know Angie Stones, you know she suffered with health. Well, I don't know if he know that she suffered with health issues, but if he did not know she suffered with health issue, it don't matter. If I hire you to slow your ass down, you slow your ass down for my comfort. But no, because the other ops hired him. So he was doing their bidding. It didn't matter what Angie said. It didn't matter what none of the passengers said, even though they thought they hired him, but they don't realize he was hired from Satan himself. You understand what I'm saying? And now he ain't speaking. Now he's trying to talk about 2 hours. The man said 2 hours. He was zoned out. He don't know what happened. Don't that sound like possession? Don't that sound like a demon-possessed person? That's what he's trying to blame it on. He's trying to blame it on 2 hours. He cannot account because he was out as if a demon or voodoo or some what y'all call it, bublé. I don't give a damn what y'all call it. Whatever call it. A spiritual have taken over his body and had control while he was driving to end Angie's life as a mission, because she said it was spiritual. Okay? When you're dealing with spiritual, you are dealing with the supernatural. You're not dealing with things that you can see. Okay? In a spiritual realm, you cannot see in a physical eye. Okay? And if you're spiritual, you know sometimes you cannot even believe what your physical eye is letting you see. You know, you have to determine on your spirit. And I'm sure Angie Stone's last moments, she saw a demon driving that goddamn van. She saw a demon. Could you imagine your last moments, you seeing a demon? And then they say at the funeral, they got her smiling, y'all. People walking away from the funeral talking about, oh yeah, well, you know, when she died, she must have been happy because they got a smile on her face. Bullshit. Hell no. Hell, that stressed the fuck out of her. That's some stressful shit. We already know how she felt about her own biological son driving fast. Did y'all see that post? She posted a video. It was her and her son, and it was somebody in the back looking evil as hell. I don't know who that lady was, but she was looking evil like a motherfucker. Okay. Yeah. And she celebrated Damn. She celebrated her last birthday with all of us. She invited us in on her last birthday, which was December 18, 2024. And her son was driving fast and it almost gave her ass a heart attack. It stressed her out. I can't imagine. It's late night, 4:00 a.m. at night, and this man is driving fast as hell. And this is a big buff dude, okay? Big buff, dark skinned dude, tall dude with them big ass muscles. Okay. And he's yelling at you back, cussing at you back, telling you, shut the hell up. He gonna get your ass to Baltimore like you need to. Chill, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That is stressful. That is stressful. He was just trying to get him to shut up so he can do his job. And people are saying, and I believe too, they had a sniper up there on that highway on I-65 that knew exactly where to hit that van, that knew that van was coming through real fast because he didn't even need the speed. And he had to do it as speeder, because if that driver van would have went slow and doing a normal thing, if that sniper at the top and he got at a certain particular spot where there's no cameras, so they can do what they got to do with no cameras, okay? If he would have went slow or normal, if the sniper, whoever at the top, did something, they said they heard some pop, pop, loud pops before the van flipped. If he would have went slow or normal, that van wouldn't have did all that shit. You know what I'm saying? All that flipping and turning, all that. That van wouldn't did all that. He needed to go fast in order for the sniper to do that thing, to make that thing go all the way around and do all that stuff. You hear what I'm saying? That's what I believe. I don't got no proof that it was a sniper, but I got a feeling based on people are saying they heard 3 pops. They don't know if there was a tire pops. They don't know if it was a shot pop. They said they heard a shot pop. Then they say they heard a tire pop. Listen, I'm just gluing all this shit together, man. Okay? And it's just so wicked. It is so much. Okay? And I'm looking in the comment section because I have not looked out here. But I do have Storm here. I'm going to bring him up because I know he's not going to be here for a long time. He said he only going to be here for a short time. Let me put my glasses down and let you guys know you are at the Messy Sweet Spot, okay? I'm your host, Gigi, with the T, always bringing it to you, baby. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot. And I want to let you guys know another thing, too. Sherita Murphy, she is going to sue. You say, who is she going to sue? She is planning to sue the people that hired that driver. I got the name of the company. I will tell you guys later on in this show. But she says whoever hired that man to be the driver is at fault. She said this shit should have never happened. And people want to say, Sherette, why you speaking out? Why you ain't speak out a long time ago? Something is up with Sherita. I don't trust you, Sherita. I don't trust that name. I don't trust nobody that got the Rita at the end of it. Bonita, Janita. I don't trust them goddamn Nitas, okay? And then they say Sherita on another call with Stone was talking about the driver and her doing freak offs. Yeah, they are on some Diddy shit. Shy told me that she was over there at Stone. And Stone said he was talking to one of the twins, because that Sherita girl, she is talking. She is speaking now. And she mentioned that she was disappointed because she really thought she knew the driver. She said the driver was talking about eating her dookie shoe. Okay. And they said that Stone couldn't believe she actually said that the driver was supposed to be eating her dookie shoe. I said, yeah, this is some demonic ritual shit going on out here. Why is always some freakiness, some drugs activity when they are doing some of this stuff? You know what I'm saying? Taking people out of here like Angie Stone. I said, that's very odd for her to say. That should have been inappropriate. But I'm glad she told us, because it gives us more insight on the hocus pocus that they was doing. Okay, eating a dookie shoe. And when they told me that, and people was trying to figure out who hired that driver, well, clearly the company hired him, but did they specifically? Did the group, the Ashton boy, did it was a list of people that he could have picked to be a driver? I don't think it works like that, because when you hire like a party bus, when you hire anything like that, usually they just show up and they tell you who your driver is going to be. You don't get to really pick your driver. They're going to say, okay, well, this person going to drive you. Call him. He's going to be your driver for this evening. And I think they pace it based on who's available. But I don't think you get to goddamn hand pick who you want to be your driver. So that's why they're blaming the company for picking that driver. They said that his driver's license is horrible. Pretty much, he shouldn't have been driving. It's suspended, okay, and it lets you know he lacks integrity. If you are a grown person and he's well in his 60s, he know better. If you are a grown ass person, if you have integrity. I have no business driving. I got no business driving for y'all, okay? I'm going to sit this one out until I get my license together. Then I'm going to put, your life in my hands, because whoever the driver is, they are putting their life in your hands. And it's sad that Angie did not know that she was putting her life in Satan's hands. And I don't know. Did Angie, after the performance that night, did she pray? I hope that she prayed. And a lot of times, if you get a driver, pray for that driver. You know what I'm saying? Make sure he ain't on demon time. Make sure he's not possessed. Because that driver said 2 hours. He don't know what happened, as if he was possessed by Satan himself. I'm telling y'all, it's some spiritual shit going on with this. And Angie already told us it was Satan. And then they said an 18-wheeler, 6 times 6 times 6, that's 18. 3 6s. They said, that's Satan. 18-wheeler, 6 times 6 times 6. And then she got hit by Satan's car. So to me, it's Satan all around here. He tried to take her out 2 months ago. Now he made sure. And then if this don't make it more odd, that performance that she did on her son's birthday, her last performance was on her son's birthday. Birth. What are they birthing? What are they birthing or destroying? I don't know, but it was on her son's birthday. Okay? Her last performance. And get this, she wasn't even supposed to do that performance. That last performance was last minute. You don't think that sounds sketchy? Last minute performance on your son's birthday, a driver that's possessed by Satan, okay, that don't have a good license, then a truck driver involved. After he hit you, he disappears. He quit his job. His wife quit her job, and they don't got nothing to say for it. And it's just a lot of puzzles. Then when you get the news report, the first news report don't even got Angie's name listed on the damn news report. What's up with that? Then they say, well, if she was transported to the hospital, they were going to put her on a different damn name. So you can't see all this bullshit y'all got going on. All this bullshit. Well, what's the name that y'all put her on then? Huh? Give me. I said, I want the name. I want the time that you guys had Angie Stone admitted at the hospital. I said, give me that damn time. They said they can't give it to me because she did it by a different name. Well, give me the name that she used and give me the time of who checked her in, because she didn't go there by herself. Okay. Who checked her in? So the person that checked her in that hospital, are they going to give a fake ass name too? Okay. Or are they going to give their real name? Well, can I get that real name and Angie Stone fake name that at the time? Okay. If she made it to the hospital, did she even die at the hospital, or did she die at the scene of the crime? Which one is it? They said, well, hell, they can't die at the scene of the crime, because if she died at the scene of the crime, then they had the yellow tape up. They wouldn't allow people to go past, which we did not see that. So in people's mind, she didn't die at the scene of the crime, because if she did, they would have had to transport the body. They would have had the yellow shit all around. They would have had, would not allow traffic to go through like they were letting traffic go through. So it's a lot of holes in this puzzle, and people are not speaking. Sherita Murphy, listen, I feel you. You want to sue his ass. You want to sue the company, but you need to tell us about Angie Stone. You need to tell us, after you guys got hit, where was Angie Stone? Did you pay attention to Angie Stone? Who did Angie Stone leave with to go to the damn hospital? Huh? Sherita Murphy? Y'all not asking her that? Hell, I know she got her own issues, but I want to know about Angie Stone. After you got hit, Sherita Murphy, where was Angie Stone? Did you ever see a white girl near Angie Stone? Did y'all get that confirmation? Sherita, did you see a Courtney? You saw that big back bitch on this video talking about she was there. Did you ever see her? Could you confirm she was there? Can you deny she was not there? I mean, goddamn. Okay. Y'all talking, but y'all ain't talking right. Something else is going on. Something else is going on. Okay. So that's issues that I want to know about when it comes to Sherita. Sherita, did you go to the hospital to see Angie? Did you try, or were you just worried about yourself? Okay. Let me bring Storm up here. Hey, Storm.
How you doing, Gigi? Gigi, I have solved the case. The state troopers were lying, and they left holes, and I'm about to explain right now for you. Your mic is silenced, Gigi.
No, I'm just being quiet. I'm just gonna let you run real quick.
Okay.
I know you're not gonna be here long, so come on, bring it.
I want to take people back to the narrative of the report for the second report, and that narrative read like this: Unit 1 was lying on its driver's side in the middle of the northbound lanes after being involved in a rollover crash. Unit 2 was traveling northbound on I-65 when it struck Unit 1 around the undercarriage near the front axle, and this impact caused Unit 1 to rotate counterclockwise and come to a rest as shown in the diagram. Driver of Unit 1 stated he was trying to pull passengers from the van as it was lying on its side when it was hit by Unit 2. When Unit 2 struck Unit 1, the force lifted Unit 1 into the air, causing one of the passengers to exit the vehicle through a broken window. The passenger was pinned under Unit 1 and suffered fatal injuries during the crash. Now, everyone that have seen the police report, I'm going to take you to my Exhibit 1. Let me get to it here.
Okay, so while you getting to it, people in the van sign NDAs according to the source. Well, they possibly did, but Sherita Murphy, she's talking. She's talking to Stone, and she's talking to other bloggers. Okay, so clearly that doesn't matter to some individuals, and you got to remember they're human. Human gonna break laws. Don't human break laws? I mean, they said don't steal, but y'all steady stealing, right? Okay, so they're gonna break them. It's just a matter of what they're going to break them for. You got everything, Storm?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you stopped talking. Okay. So if you look at the Alabama Uniform Traffic Crash Report, at the top of it says vehicles involved 2, pedestrians 0, injured 3, Only 3 people were injured. Fatalities: 1. Unit 1 type 34, Unit 2 type 11. Those are codes. Now I'm going to give you, in this report, I'm going to break down the definitions of the codes. I went to the state of Alabama's site and looked up what the codes meant. If you go down to the report and you look at, let's see, uh, if you go down to the report and you see the vehicle information, you will see 97 posted in the boxes several times. The code 97 means unconfirmed information. Drug test results: 97. Type drug test: 97. Alcohol test given: 97. Driver's condition: 97. The police officer was stating he don't know what the driver's condition was. That's not verified. Event 2, 97. Event 3, 97. Event 4, 97. Those are the 3 other people, the 3 people that were claimed to have injuries. 97. The officer did not know the conditions of those injuries. Okay? Now, when you go to the vehicle type, 2021 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. Body, 97. Didn't know. VIN number is there on the report. Okay? Now, you go above the VIN number on the report and you see first harmful event location. It has a 1. In the state of Alabama, 1 means fatality. All right? Now, if you go and you look up where it says primary contributing unit was number 1, it tells you that Angie Stone's body was identified at the scene by the officer. On the report, the code states the officer identified the body deceased at the scene.
Okay, so she died at the scene. That's what you're saying?
Yes. Well,
All
no,
right.
that's what their report said.
All right. So you're saying the report says she died at the scene. That's what the police report say. Did y'all get that, y'all? So new, I guess, stuff. The police, according to Storm, he says that the police report states that she died at the scene. Okay. Now, if she died at the scene, then why didn't they have that yellow tape around? If she died at the scene, then why didn't they stop traffic? If she died at the scene, um, how do they transport the body? Through the ambulance or what?
They list no information to that. Okay. Now, here's some more information that I found. This is a clincher. At mile marker 163, 1 marker above northward above mile marker 162 is a camera. The camera has been located. And at that camera looking back, facing the south, was able to see the forward vision of the truck and the impact of where the accident is. So while there is no, while the truth is that there is no camera at mile marker 162, the truth is that there is a camera at mile marker 63. There is a Facebooker that actually has the video on his Facebook channel, and he did not know what it was. So that video led me to go and check everything else, and the whole thing is on recording. If Pillsbury claimed to have been there, she is going to be on tape.
Got it. Okay. Now Lisa says, right, Gigi, if that's what I want to know about her loss, I don't want to know about her lawsuit. Answer the real questions. I want to know. Press one if you want to know Sherita Murphy lawsuit. Press one if you're really interested about her lawsuit. Press four if you really want to know what she saw regarding the Angie Stone. Okay? Sherita Murphy, you are not the celebrity. And they told me about you, Sherita Murphy. They said that you was jealous of Angie Stone. Matter of fact, they said most of y'all in that van was jealous of her. Okay? And it's sad that y'all did not discern the spirit of the driver. You know, you can sense evilness, can't you? You can sense, nah, it's something about this driver, y'all, I don't like. I'm not getting this goddamn van. Hell no. I have
Well,
done it plenty of times. Call me judgmental if you want to. Hell no. I can see shit. Oh, hell no. I don't care about them damn muscles he got. Okay? It's something
Gigi,
off, something is off. And then for the man to stay 2 hours, he was gone out like a damn zombie. Something is wrong with him. I think he was on them sugar boogers or something. Something off with that man. And then
Gigi,
they say he's an actor. Now, he's a struggler damn actor. I don't know what roles he had in, but they say he had a little bit of roles. But come on, actors. And then they say, well, hell, he could have been a crisis actor. And these actors are desperate for parts. And then think about it. He's an actor, right? So he want to go where? Hollywood. Don't he want to go to Hollywood, y'all? And guess who want to take Angie Stone out? Hollywood. Did they hire him? Okay, to even act like a driver. Is he even a real legit driver? Okay, and that's why they probably suing this damn company, because ain't no way you have a company full of drivers and you have drivers that are license are suspended. That is irresponsible. That should never happen. You have dangerous people, and you're putting people's life in a dangerous person's hands that don't supposed to be driving. Come on now. Who set this shit up? Who set it up? It sounds like a setup to me. It's press, I don't know what number. Hell, press 7 if it sounds like a setup to y'all too. Okay.
GK, want to hear something that's very ironic? This person, Lethal, works in the entertainment industry. What's to say that Lethal isn't a stunt driver? What's to say that Lethal didn't cause this accident intentionally? And here's the other thing: him and Sherita had a relationship. How does Sherita know Lethal if he was just picked out of the blue to drive? And here's the thing: the insurance company that covered the van is Liberty Mutual. I even have the policy number. And they are not going to sit aside and just let that police report go as done. One, you got a driver with no driver's license. Two, how much liability does the person have that rented the van? Three, what in the world made you hire Lethal Carter to drive that van? What in the world made you hire Lethal Carter to drive that van? Why? Why is that? Huh?
Yes, she was messing with Lethal, Sherita Murphy. That is what the reports, and that's what people are saying that have talked to Sherita. They said Stone said it himself. Okay, that she was one of the ones that told him that Angie Stone is dead. Yeah, and they are saying that it was around 6 o'clock. Now, mind you, Aaron Stone's daughter, Diamond, she said she got up at 6 o'clock and she was headed somewhere. I feel like Diamond was headed to the hospital. I feel like they told her something, but they ain't confirmed nothing to her. But they said the granddaughter said at the funeral, if y'all remember, they said that she had to pull over on the highway, and that's when they confirmed that the mom was passed away, and that had to be after 6 a.m. So if Stone got the call at 6 a.m. from Sherita Murphy, and this situation happened at 4:25 a.m., so what, 5:25, 6, So an hour and something. Sherita, what was you doing for those hours? Okay. What was going on, Sherita? It's a lot of shit missing. And why did Sherita take so long, y'all, to speak? Couldn't Sherita said this on March the 2nd or 3rd? But Sherita, you all about your money. To me, it screams like Sherita, she only care about her goddamn money. She care about that lawsuit. And hell, if they said Angie Stone was struggling for money, you can imagine everybody in that van was probably struggling even more, right? Right? I can't imagine people that work for Angie Stone got way more money than Angie Stone when she's struggling her damn self. So all these people were willing to get bought out and sold for that money because they were money hungry. And Sharita Murphy, ain't she? Is she what? I don't know how old is. I think she's in her 60, 40. Well, way grown as hell, you know?
You're right about that, Gigi. I feel the same way. The other thing on top of that is that they're talking now because they know that filing this insurance claim is going to be difficult to win. It's going to be difficult to win this because you now depending on the injuries, that they may get paid for the minimal cost for hospital, hospital bills or whatever, doctor bills for the immediate injury, but uh, it's going to be hard to win this when in fact the driver had no driver's license. Now somebody says, "Storm, make sure you copy the claim number." Oh well, okay. I help you right now. The claim number for that claim is A0B25137038 180. That's the claim number.
Now, Miss Ann
That's the
says
policy number.
No Diamond said that she got a call at 6 a.m. Yeah, she got a call at 6 a.m., but she didn't say that they told her her mom was dead at 6 a.m. She said she got a call at 6 a.m. We don't know what the call was about. We assume that she probably told her, to rush to the hospital. That's what I would assume. But they said they were driving. So they had to get their clothes on. They had to get out the door. They have to start the car up. They have to get on the street. They have to get on the highway, honey. I don't know about you, but that takes minutes. Okay.
Ginger,
So
Ginger,
after the minutes at 6 a.m., then they got another call. Okay. Which they said, no, you need to pull over. So this is after 6 a.m. You have to pull over. So they pulled over, and that's when they received the news. Now, somebody just said that Stone is LA. So he got the call at 6 a.m. LA time, meaning that on the Eastern time is 9 a.m. Okay. So you see how them numbers, it gotta be clear. And thank you, Lorianne, for clearing that shit up. It gotta be clear. So really, we gonna go through Eastern time, okay? Because we not LA. I'm sure some of y'all LA, but honey, we Eastern over here. So Stone got the call at 9 a.m. pretty much. Okay.
I think it was later than that. I think he got the call. Yeah, I think he got the call later than that. I think he got it after 11. But here's the thing, GG. If Lethal left the scene, he's on video. If Pillsbury was there and was working with Lethal and picked Lethal up and took him to the hospital, leaving the scene and coming back to the scene, they are on camera. Guess why? That camera at 163 faces south, and anything coming north, it picks up clear as a button. So they have to go past that camera. So that's where I believe the police department got its probable cause for an investigation. Right there, that camera, that source, looking at that traffic coming dead at it, and if what they said is any inkling of the truth, it's going to be there. But right now, it ain't there. And the other thing it was that we could not see any cones at dark, but I did witness cones and one patrol car on the side where the Sprinter van was. They had, I think it was 12 or 9, between 9 and 12 cones set up on the highway, blocking off that one lane.
G Money, you absolutely right, G Money. G Money says them twins wanted to be singing stars for years. Yes, G Money. I looked them up and they want to be Hollywood so bad, G Money. Everybody in that van want to be Hollywood.
Absolutely.
Everybody was a failed entertainer. And guess
Absolutely.
who was the only star? Busting bright with the talent. Angie Stone herself. And they was all jealous. I hear people are talking now, honey. They was all jealous. And you guys know, you guys see these stuff on TV. Girl, child, I was just watching Duplicity on Prime. Press 2 if you saw that. Duplicity by Tyler Perry. Have y'all seen that? With Kate, the girl that played on Vampire Diaries. I love that show, by the way. Anyway, I say that to say Hollywood entertainment is showing you what's the play. A person passed away. They took out that man. But guess who was in play? His wife had something to do with it. His close friend had something to do with it. All his associates that you would never suspect planned and took that man out of here. And they wanted a big insurance fraud from the state because they flipped it and they blamed it on it was a state fault, some shit like that. So this is how they doing the crimes, okay? It be your own group of people that are working against you, that are planning against you to take you down, okay? So I don't put it past these people in these vans. That's why they not talking. Hell, yes, they sign an NDA, but hell, these are crooks. They when have they ever abide by laws? They don't abide by laws. Hell, and if they did this to Angie Stone, you know they got some thug in them. They are being quiet for their benefit. They are being quiet for their gain so they can profit. They don't give a damn about Angie Stone. They don't care about her fans. They don't care about her legacy. They don't care about her family. Fuck them family. Fuck them kids. They don't give a damn. They care about themselves. And you see, Sherita came out of here when it was pertaining herself because she wanted to sue so she can reap the benefits. I guess she said, well, hell, Angie Stone already did. Ain't nothing I can do about that. Okay.
GG, give me 10 seconds here. I'm going to pull up the camera that actually filmed that accident and show people what that view looks like.
All right. All right. So, Clifford, you have something to say?
Yes, Miss Gigi, how y'all doing today?
Good.
I just want to say I am from Alabama. I was born on the Gulf Coast, 45 minutes north of um, Orange Beach, and these people here in Alabama is extremely crooked. This is a red state. These motherfuckers here do not care about who rules the world, which is black people. They throw black and black crime up on the bus. At mile marker 162, there is trees on the left, the middle, the right. That is one of the only spots on I-65 going north that is blinded by trees. How do I know this? It's because I used to work for the state of Alabama and I used to travel. And I got a ticket right there because the police were hiding behind the trees. And the state trooper got me. I was going 90 miles an hour. I was trying to get to Montgomery for a meeting. Do not believe these police reports. I am now in Gardendale. We just had a like 3-car pileup. Guess what? On both sides there was tape. They had to bypass and make another exit for everybody to get off the freeway. Where is the police body cam? That's the question. We want to see the police body cam
Clifton,
because
they not gonna give you that. You know why? because they paid to by the higher ups. And when it has to do with a black woman demise, you know they don't care about black women.
You
You
see,
know
like
that.
that.
You know they hate black women. And you know they see, okay, one black woman doing that. That's how they all are. They like to have a black and white ideology. Okay.
And it's all about
So
the white people.
yeah, and this country is really mad about black women because black women went against their interests in the votes. Okay. So when it comes to a black person being demised, they not gonna help. They not gonna help. And then Clifford, let's not forget, it was a clear person that was behind that 18-wheeler truck. So they're going
Mm-hmm.
to protect him
Mm-hmm.
no matter what, especially if they own is in there. They're not giving no goddamn information. And why does that truck driver, why is he leaving? Why did he quit his job? Clifford, you tell me, ain't it hard out here in this damn economy? Everything is up. We are losing jobs to AI. We are losing jobs to robots. Who in the hell got time to quit their job and their wife to quit their job? That don't smell funky to you, Clifford?
It, it is 100, 1000% funky. That's why I say if you look it up on if you look it up right now, they're like two most racist states in the United States today. Number one in Mississippi, number
But
two
we
in
can't say
Alabama.
R. Clifford, I gotta tell you, we can't say R. I don't know if y'all know, but they said YouTube is in heavy partner with Project 2025. YouTube is in with heavy partner with Elon Musk, and they are censoring everything that you say. And if you do anything they consider race baiting, they gonna come for you. So we gonna have to go back to speaking on code, okay?
Okay, okay. But yeah, it is only popping here in Alabama. I just, I am just, I hate it that Angie Stone had to go out this way. But listen, y'all, this was a
Clifford, ain't
total.
it horrible, Clifford, that she was
It,
screaming her last moments, Clifford? Can you imagine your mama last moment screaming, begging for her life, Clifford? Please, please. Mind you, Angie Stone, she was just performing. She wasn't even performing. That was a last minute performance. And that's how they baited her ass. They baited her because they knew she was struggling with money. They knew she was struggling with her F issues. Okay.
Mhm.
Because she was supposed to do a lot of shit. She was supposed to do a lot of performance before they stuck her with that goddamn needle. She was going to do a whole bunch of stuff to get money. And I don't
Yep.
know about y'all, but when y'all don't got it like that, and when these hospital bills come knocking on your door, it is worryful and it is stressful, and you're gonna have to pay for that. Now, Satan gonna tempt you. Well, come on, get this money, girl. Get this money. Come on, get this money on your son's birthday. Come on. I know you got that Vegas shit lined up, but come on, we need this extra money. You was in a hospital. You already know you sick. You know you need extra money if you sick. God damn it, them hospital bills is a motherfucker. Okay, so they debated her with that last performance she wasn't even supposed to do, and they hired. I don't. They planted that driver. I believe is a plant. They planted that driver that don't have no goddamn license, that was not supposed to drive her to her damn death. And she was screaming and yelling, begging his ass to stop and everybody else. And he would not stop because he was on demon time. Then gonna tell the police he was knocked out 2 hours. He don't know, as if he was possessed by Satan his damn self. Come on now. Clifford. Damn, they got Clifford, y'all. Ooh, they got his ass. You gotta be careful. I told you. Don't say that R, they're gonna come for you. Somebody says, if we knew if it was the cameras, the state troopers know too. Yeah, but they're not gonna give it up. But they said it was no cameras at that site. You just heard Clifford. Clifford said he was going 90 on a highway at the highway. Clifford, he lives in Alabama. He says the time that van flipped over, that is where the troopers hide out to take people that is speeding on the highway. And that is the time where people heard that pop, 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 and then the van started just flipping over, allegedly. That's what they said. where it's so many trees. You can't see the cameras there. The troopers know this is the spot to get anybody. So you don't mean to tell me the troopers was in cahoots with the higher ups to say, yeah, if you want to take her out of here. First of all, they planned her to have a performance at that place in Alabama. So they already know the play. Okay, have the driver travel this way to go that way. We can take her ass out right here behind these trees. The cameras can't get it, and we can do all this shit. We can do this hocus pocus, and ain't nobody gonna find out. Let's just say she passed away from the accident. You see what I'm saying? Something up. Something up. Okay, Storm, you got some?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the video of the highway.
I'm waiting.
I mean, I'm sharing it now. Loading it up. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. So right here, you see all of the views of the cameras. This camera right here that I'm clicking on. This camera is the camera at mile marker 163A. This camera right here is the camera that picked up the southward view of the accident. I confirmed it because I've seen the video. We actually had the video on page the other day. This is the camera that picked it up. Now, if you look at this camera and you watch it close, you see down there where that light is right there, Gigi? See that light on the right-hand side of the screen?
Where your cursor is?
Yes, where the cursor is.
Okay.
All right. Right here is where the cursor is where the accident happened. Right there is where the accident happened. Right in this area right here is where the truck was. So if Pillsbury was anywhere there on the side of the road or anything, that camera is going to pick it up. Now, the question is that since it's at night, don't know how much visual you can actually identify, but you can definitely see that the accent was there. You can see the truck that went in the median. And with all due respect, as you can see on this camera, there is no trees in the median at all.
They said, can you show the camera that day?
Let me see if I have the video.
Okay, so you want to just tell me when you got it. All right. So Loke,
how you doing, sweetheart? How you doing? I'm also from Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay. I think I hear something in the background.
I just muted the TV. I'm also from Birmingham, Alabama. A big Angie Stone fan. And what the other brother was saying was right. You know, I really don't give a fuck if they come for me. It don't matter to me one way or another.
I care when they come on my channel. So can we please limit the cuss words?
Okay, we will do that. We will definitely do that. I just think that it was a horrible situation because I passed that accident. I just didn't know that it was Angie Stone that was in that vehicle. I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes, and I was like, Jesus Christ! I just said, I hope whoever in there, in that van is okay. It was horrible. I'm telling you, it was horrible. It's like something out of a movie, and it was just a bad accident, and
can you tell us what you saw? Can you be descriptive?
Well,
can you tell us
with the truck for one, it's almost like these truck drivers be half asleep when they be driving. I don't know what it is, but the swerving and everything like that, because they will run you off the road here. They don't have a problem with running you off the road here. That's what's crazy about these people, the driving situation, and it's a lot of people here that don't have driver's licenses. A lot of Mexicans here illegally that don't have driver's license. I've been hit, and I've seen the guy get out and switch places with the other guy that was driving that hit me. And the police do nothing. They come and give me the third-degree blues, asking about insurance and all of this dumb stuff that they always ask here. But it's this Birmingham, Alabama for you. I live in the center point area, so I only stay a few minutes from the other brother that you just got off with. So, but it was. I just didn't know that was Miss Angie Stone in that vehicle.
What was the first thing that you saw? Like you're driving, and it's a lot of traffic, I'm imagining, right? Was it
a lot of traffic? It's a lot of traffic. Really, to be honest with you, Miss Stone was kind of really like ran off the road. You know what I mean? And I feel like she was ran off the road from what I saw. From seeing how the truck was moving.
Was ran off the road.
Ran off the road, and I was listening to you a few minutes ago, and I believe you're right. I think all this stuff was just plotted, by elite people.
What made you feel like the van was ran off the road?
Well, the way that the guy was swerving, because you know what I'm saying, the way he was swerving and stuff like that, it looked like, to be honest with you, Gigi, it looked like he was kind of texting and driving.
Now you talking about the 18-wheeler, or are you talking about the van?
Both. The 18, no, not the van, the 18-wheeler.
The 18-wheeler. You felt like he was texting?
Well, he had his phone up to his face. I mean, what you do when your phone up to your face? You either videoing somebody, you driving a weapon of mass destruction. Those are the kings of the roads here. Those are the king of the beasts.
Yeah. You should not be texting and driving.
You should.
It's news to me. So thank you. How did you know that he was texting and driving? Or how did you know he had
I saw him. I saw the man. I was pulled. I was right beside him. Pulled right up. I slowed down because he almost ran me off the road.
What? Hold up. Hold up. Listen. This, how you pronounce
it? Y'all hearing it from Loke. Y'all hearing it from Loke himself.
Loke saw that man with his bare eyes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And here, see, I'm an entertainer. I do music too. I'm an underground hip hop artist. And I'll never get the chance to work with Miss Stone, because that's who I really wanted to do a song with, a collaboration with. I can't do that no more, because this driver took her life.
What did that driver look like?
Well, he had on a hat for one, and he had the phone up to his face. You see what I'm saying? Up in his face. You driving with one hand, man, an 18-wheeler. They do this every day. I used to drive trucks too, and I see them. I don't roll with these people.
What
time,
like, hey, what time were you out there, Loke? What time?
It might have been coming around like in the 4 or 5 o'clock-ish era. You know what I'm saying? 4 or 5 o'clock is because I stayed on the freeway for a long time, because traffic is horrible that time of day, and stuff like that. And it was just bad. I just thought really this was just a regular individual. I still, once again, had no idea that was Miss Angie Stone. If I had known that, I still would have stopped. It's just I had 1,000 cars behind me. And people started trying to pull over, trying to see what was going on. Some people still drove off, kept driving off, so, because usually when somebody have an accident like that, that's what most people do. And, but most of us here, we try to stop and see what's going on and try to see if it's somebody that we could help, or didn't really know if the car was going to explode or nothing, you know what I'm saying, that, that she was in. So, but the police do crooked stuff here. I can't say that. I've worked also for Jefferson County, and these people, the police here are horrible, and they're racist.
Well, let's say the R word.
I'll say the R word. The R word. Okay, that's good. Correct me.
Yeah.
So, all right. But there you go. You have it from me. and you know, may she rest well. I just hate the situation. I really do. I just hate it. I hate it. I hate that she's gone.
Mhm.
This
Did you
was
see any
horrible.
black people out there?
It was thousands of black people out there.
No, I'm
But see, a
talking
lot of
about from the van. Did you see the van too, or you
it
just
looked
saw?
like it was some. I saw the van. The van was on its side. The van was on its side and it was smashed. I mean, it was like smashed. You know, from what I see from different angles. I saw some kids, but I don't know if they were her kids. I don't know.
You saw
So
kids?
I saw kids standing around, a few people. You know, they were teenagers basically. You know, maybe
Mhm.
16, 18, whatever. You know, and stuff like that. People was trying to see who was in that van.
Oh, so did people park and get out to try to see?
Several people tried to park. Yeah, they did, and stuff like that. I couldn't record it because, like I said, I was in the middle of rush hour traffic.
Mm. Did you see a white girl that's kind of heavy set?
A big, yes, ma'am.
Courtney, on the
I
internet.
don't know her name, but I don't really know her name, but she was out there though.
So you saw a big girl.
Yes, ma'am.
So did you see the video that was going around with that girl?
I still haven't saw the video, Gigi. I like to see it. I got to figure it out. I
If
either
you
I might
don't
have to
know,
look it up on your page or whatever, but I'm gonna have to find that video.
so you don't know if that's the big girl we're referring to because you can't even identify her. So you don't
Right,
just saw a big girl that was
right,
Caucasian.
right,
And I'm
right.
sure there's a lot of those in Alabama.
A lot.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah. Uh-huh. Mm,
yes,
mm.
yes, ma'am.
What else did you see out there? Did you happen to see Angie Stone?
I didn't actually see her, you know, because the police hadn't got there at the time yet. You could hear the paramedics and stuff coming, but you know, they had to work their way through traffic. So we just had to kind of keep pushing because of all the people that we had behind us.
So
I just
you got there
first.
before the police got there.
I was passing it, the whole thing.
He was passing it. Uh,
I just think somebody had to get on the phone. Some of the people had to get on the phone that was in the car, you know, saying, hey, you know, it's a bad accident out here, you know, and stuff like that. So I mean, it was just like I said, I just had no idea that it was Miss Stone. You
mm,
know, and that's a bad loss, and I feel for her family. But you were saying, just like you were saying a few minutes ago, some people just don't care.
yeah.
You know, they don't care. You know, and it's just a sad situation. You know what I'm saying? And don't mean to see it and get teary eyed because it ain't like I knew her, but you know, you kind of feel like you know
Yeah.
one of your favorite celebrities through music and all. It was just tough. It was
Mhm.
tough seeing the damage to that van. I mean, it was smashed, Gigi. You should have saw it. I hope you did see it. It was
I
smashed.
saw images of it, but just to know it could have been prevented, Loke. This
It
could have
could have.
said
It could have.
that she was screaming and begging Lethal, please slow down, stop. But he just kept on speeding to her
Now, is that
death.
the guy that was driving her?
Yeah, his name is Lethal. He's a black man. He was driving the van.
He should know better. He
But
should be ashamed of
he was
himself.
on an assignment, they say. He was on assignment from Satan himself to cause her death.
Well, he did.
Going so fast.
He did. He did. And I think, like I said, all of this stuff was set up on purpose.
Mhm.
She would still be here if it wasn't for that dummy driving.
Well, I think that not necessarily true. If you got a hitman, if somebody want to hit on you low, okay,
They'll get you.
if you driving, they're gonna get you in another way. They're gonna
Yep.
get you another way. So
I
me,
agree.
he was nothing but a plant. He was hired as a plant to be placed in this spot to take her out of here. He
Yes, ma'am. I
trained
agree.
folk, all what 9 people, and she was the only one that got executed out
Well,
of.
I pray that he don't be around long enough to enjoy the money that he finna receive. That's
Well,
my opinion, and I gotta stick to that.
yeah. Well, guess what, Lo? It's inside fighting. It's
Yes.
inside fighting now. And it took them 23 days to have inside fighting because at first, all these people in this van, they
Yes,
was
ma'am.
quiet, they was colluding together. All
Yes,
of a
ma'am.
sudden now we hear that the twins, it was a twin set of girls, older women in the car, the Miss Murphys. They've been trying to make it in the industry for a long time now. They say people say they was jealous of Angie Stone because she was a star.
Well, a
And
lot of people were. I think they what if I'm not. There's so many rumors. I'm not for sure if they was trying to be her background singers or whatever, but I'm really not clear about it. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but you do have a lot of jealous people when you make it big, or and stuff like that. But
people want to know. They said, how did you see the man on the phone with this man in a semi truck?
I pull right up beside him. I drive a truck too, but I don't drive a 18 wheeler. It's the one that's up under the 18 wheeler. This truck sit high. You can see. You can clearly see. You can go out there right now if you want to, and get in your car, get on the interstate, and drive up beside someone in an 18 wheeler, and you can see them. You can see what they're doing.
People said, did you report this to the police?
Well, after a few minutes, yeah. But you know what I'm saying? I still didn't know it was Miss Stone that was in the vehicle.
You really
Just let them know, like everybody else. Hey, it's an accident. Truck hit a little van or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I could really say. But like I said, once again, did not know that it was Miss Stone.
All right. All right. It's all right. Look, but thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
You down. Charles, how's it going, Charles?
It's going good, Gigi. I enjoy your show and enjoy your investigation.
Thank you.
That guy, yeah, that guy right there, man. First of all, he said it was rush hour traffic. This thing happened at 4 o'clock in the morning. There's no traffic out there. There's no rush hour traffic. Point blank. And a lot of things it just didn't line up with what he was saying. But first of all, this crime scene when this happened, and I know y'all done went over this quite a few times. If you have a fatality at a crime scene, which y'all said she died at the scene, no white sheet for one, no ambulance, a couple of ambulance, you got 9 people in the van, no fire department. Because when you had them emergencies, you got the fire department, you got EMS, 2 or 3 ambulance. You see none of that. Y'all showed that video the other day. Yesterday, I think, no, the day before yesterday, you showed the video. You didn't see nothing. You saw 1 ambulance. That was it. That was it. They talking about the truck flipping. I don't think it flipped. It hit the little axle thing and it spun around. She didn't fly out the window. Impossible. But
Yeah, and that is what the reports are saying, Charles, from Alabama. But I hear
yeah,
what you're saying. And let me say something to you, this too damn much, okay? Gigi, this is hurting your credibility. It's not hurting shit to me, okay? Because everybody knows that this platform is open to the public, so they
right,
can speak out, okay?
right.
I cannot help that people, I'm not calling nobody a liar because, frankly, I don't know. Now, you believe what you want to believe. And if
Right.
I'm not going to assume, okay, well, he a black man, I know his ass lying. I'm not about to do all that.
Yeah, you just gave him an opportunity to tell his story.
He spoke what he spoke. Some people believe that man, and some don't. You don't have
Right.
no. It is what it is. So no, it does not. It is what it is. So that's why I got.
And far as her, don't nobody know who transported her. And then the ambulance. If you got a fatality on the scene, you're not transported by no ambulance. You got a coroner. They come identify the body, make sure she's dead. You don't take her to the hospital. For what? She's deceased.
Mm-hmm. And
You
talk
know,
too much. Let's talk about Alabama report. Did you knock on their door and tell them, hey, y'all got Angie flying out the van? This is going to hurt the police, Alabama credibility? Hell.
yeah, I mean, like the guy said, Alabama right now, the way I'm looking at it, they don't give a hell about the credibility because of the, like you said, there's two accident reports, one for the van the guy was driving, and the other one for the tractor trailer. But it happened right. It had to happen within the same amount of time. Like Storm said, it should be one report. So the first report saying she's not dead. The next time, and it's so crazy because all them people in that van, Gigi, they know what happened. It's a reason why that. It's a reason why they're not saying anything. I mean, it's plain and simple.
Charles, what do you think the reason why they're not speaking out?
I'm gonna tell you, to be honest, I agree with y'all. I think it's a conspiracy theory. They plan to kill her. Even if they was getting money, they was suing. That doesn't negate them not saying nothing. That's not going to hurt their chances of getting money at all. That's what's so crazy about this. Don't nobody know nothing. Don't know where's Lethal at. Where's this guy at? I don't get this.
I tell you where he at. He's collecting his payout. That's
what I don't get it. And then the lady
collecting his payout. Hell, his ass can be in a different country by now. Anybody got eyes on him? No.
And then the poll, and you got a fatality, and they saying it. It was a fake. I mean, she was on the scene. She died on the scene. Why are all these people let go? Ain't nobody being held accountable for this. That's the crazy part. Nobody.
I believe that Lethal was playing all of them because the Sherita Murphy girl was upset because she said that Lethal was supposed to be eating her dookie shoe. Okay.
Yeah, I seen that podcast. Yeah.
So in my mind, it's like, oh, he played her ass. Maybe she had a little suspicion. And it could be either or. It could be that he talked to her and said, hey, you should hire me through this company for X, Y, and Z. And they were in the middle of talking. And then that's when she did it. And he ended up playing her. Or she kind of was looking at him too strong because to her, he was attracted. He was attracted. He got them big muscles and tall and shit. And then
all attractive.
Just gas talking her and her panties, and she was just falling for the okie doke. It's either one of the, but she
let me
about that they.
Let me ask you this: Who? I mean, when you go to a rental place, and this is Mercedes at that, who rents a van? The person that's accountable for it is the person who rented that van. And they just like said, they chose that guy to drive that van. Didn't nobody do no background checks about because you gotta have that shit. You gotta have it. I rent cars all the time. You gotta have that stuff. And they won't do it. You gotta have your insurance. So evidently the insurance was in somebody else's name. The license was in somebody else's name. All of that. That's crazy. But one more thing I want to address, because I watch all these podcasts. I watch Stone. Stone Paxton is full of shit, man. Stone is full of shit. I done watched them. This part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. I don't know if he's trying to get views, clicks, or something. I mean, if you know what's going on, yes, and you say you trying to, and another thing. Hold up. Wait a minute, Gigi. And another thing. He on one of the podcasts he was doing, he was like bragging so much how him and that guy that supposed to had his $300 million, he worth $300 million, that was managing him, was trying to get Angie's royalties back. Where's he at? Where I mean, this is crazy. It's crazy though. But I really, really enjoy your the podcast. You, Puzzle, Magic.
Where they at?
They good. They good. They really good. And the doctor.
Dr. Child.
Yeah, and the doctor. So I just pray, man. My last, when I'm gonna let you guys. My last thing, I just hope they solve this and catch these guys, man. You know, just hope they just for peace, and Angie can rest in peace, man. You know, because I ain't gonna get into all their kids and all that because I really don't think their kids had nothing to do with it. They might be sacrifices, but they might be sacrifices, but they don't. They ain't had nothing to do with this. It's that. I don't know if you've seen the podcast. Paperwork did a podcast. Paperwork did a podcast about that Clive Davis and that Lucian dude. It was good, and they talked about how the powers that be, they got the company over in Netherlands, and yeah, because I watched this stuff in depth. But I appreciate you letting me join this. I'm gonna stick around.
Charles, anytime. All right, let's get the likes up, y'all. Come on, we can do better. Let's get the likes up. I'm bring Storm back. And Joan, it says the device is not connected. I'm going to kick you out. Come back up here and get your device corrected. Storm.
Yeah, Gigi. So the bottom line, I'm still looking for that video from that gentleman on Facebook that posted it because let me get that off of there because we had that video on our show, and I'm trying to go back at it and get it. So I'm going through the site now, and I don't know if they pulled that young fellow's video down, but I think they did because I saved the page and I can't go back to it. So I, when I saw the footage, that's what made me go on the hunt because I was told that the only other camera was mile marker 65, and come to find out that's a lie. They didn't mention anything about mile marker 163 faced with that camera being facing south. They left that out. They left that out the conversation. Now I found the camera, and you can see you couldn't see all the way down to the accident, but you can see and tell there was an accident. But the big part about it is anything that moved toward that camera, it saw. So if Pillsbury was there, Pillsbury needed to tell us what kind of car it was that she was driving, and we could see that car on that camera. It's going to show up. If she got out that vehicle and went over there, being at that time of the morning and dark, I don't know if we can be able to see that. However, there is footage. There is footage. I put in a FOIA request for the body cams of the officers so that we could see from their chest camera what they were looking at. And that will tell us without doubt that she was on the ground right there, that she was DOA at the scene. The report says she was DOA at the scene, not at the hospital, at the scene. We need some visual proof of that. Because I don't know what to believe at this point. I really do not know what to believe. You want to believe law enforcement, but they're not looking too credible at this point. They're not. And I don't know any other way to say it. And here's the other thing. Sherita is talking about what was going on, but Sherita, you knew Lethal. So you know how he got hired to drive that van. Let's not play donuts. Let's not try to dip donuts in coffee or hot chocolate. You know. So why are you trying to separate yourself from the situation by talking? What's really the deal? I said that Lethal was going to be the individual. Did I not say that, Gigi?
Yeah.
I told you. I won't take it back. I don't believe he fell asleep. And I don't believe he had any medical issue. I believe he flipped that van. I believe he flipped it, and I just don't think that they intended for Angie Stone to be injured like that. to be lost, for her life to be lost. And then maybe somebody did plan for that tractor trailer to be behind it. But it's
All
really
right.
all looking suspect.
Okay. Now Mama says, check your email. Someone sent it to you. Let me tell you something. Come up here and say what you got to say. I'm going to check my email at the end of the show, but I don't want to check the emails right now because I want to talk to y'all. Don't get me distracted with the emails. Then when I click on the email, next thing I know, it's sending me somewhere else. Next thing I know, you're putting a virus on my computer. I know how y'all work. Because one, you don't want me talking. You don't want me talking. Okay? So I'm not about to click no emails and get set up with the okie doke. Press 2 if you know that these people, they will send you stuff hoping you will click on it so they can send a virus on your computer, or they can get inside your computer and do a whole bunch of hocus pocus stuff in there. I'll check it later and I'll make sure it's legit. But right now, you have the link. Hit that link, bring your tail up here, and tell us what's in that email that you want to discuss with all of us. Okay? Whatever you're going to send me, you can talk about it amongst all of us. Ain't no hidden thing no more. Okay? But I want to go back to Angie Stone, her last moments. I can't get that image out of my head. Her last moments. Her last moments. And Rashida Murphy, don't you have any guilt? Rashida Murphy, if I was you, knowing that I was in bed with Lethal, this demon driver, knowing that I persuaded them to hire Lethal because you was it, why was he trying to eat your dookie shoe? Why? Why? I'm not trying to judge what y'all do, but goddamn, do you know this man? They said this man been in jail, girl, and maybe you get down like that. Okay. Hell, if he eating dookie shoe, he eating man dookie shoe too. But you don't give a damn about that shit, do you? And might as well, he probably didn't want you. He probably wanted Ashton, girl. Okay. And that's why Ashton's so quiet. That's why all of y'all are covering up for Lethal, because y'all all screwing him. Y'all all got crushes on him. Hell, y'all are men crazy up in here. Y'all don't got nothing. Okay? Y'all don't got nothing. If Angie Stone was struggling and she the one that got the top money, if she was struggling, you can bet your damn dollar everybody else was struggling that was working for her. Okay? So we have seen time and time before people covering up for these criminals. And y'all know that Lethal was not supposed to be driving. I don't know if y'all do this before or afterwards. And that's a good question. Do you think that these individuals know this shit before or afterwards? I know y'all know it now because we all know it. But before, was it like a hookup? Because I know y'all do that shit where, okay, you don't got your license. Don't you worry about it. Ha ha, he. Yeah, you still coming over tonight and stuff. Yeah, he don't got his license, girl. But you know, he's still gonna drive. You do all that bullshit and you compromise your morals and values if you got them. If you got them. Because no way. You should have sensed this demon. You should have sensed, nah, brother, something wrong with you. Something ain't right with you. And every time you allow a person to drive, you are putting your life in their hands. You don't understand that? Hell, it's going to make me, every time I fly Delta, I want to see who is the pilot. Can we get that? I want to know who this damn pilot, and I want to figure out who is flying this goddamn plane. Okay? Because you got to know who you put in your life, your hands in your life with, you know? And I'm going to look up here in this conversation. Thank you so much. So please comment. I want to know, what are y'all thoughts about this? Or y'all just putting two? Sherita Murphy. And I have a list right here of reports that I want to go through as well to show you guys everything that was going on. And I still have questions for that truck driver. That truck driver is disappeared. Y'all don't think that's strange that the truck driver has disappeared? Press 5 if you feel like it's strange that truck driver and his wife has disappeared. 10 if you feel like it's normal. If you did not do anything wrong, no reason for you to quit your job. No reason for you to hide. You didn't do anything. Come forward and tell the truth. And hell, it's been 23 days. So if you come forward now, it's definitely going to feel suspect. But I believe that that truck driver is in on it too, and his wife. And that's why they quit their job and they're not going out. Nobody is quitting their job right now. This economy is horrible. This is the worst economy ever. We are headed to a damn recession. Who quits their job in a recession? Huh? Come on now. You know that shit don't add up. To me, somebody quit their job and got a big old check, a big bonus for being a hitman. For being a hitman. And you know he's not going to speak out against it because it's true. He's in hiding. Nobody can find him. And they're saying that picture of that white dude, Jared, they said, how do y'all know that's the real Jared? How do y'all know? They said that it could be another Jared out here with the same last name, and that's not even him. They could use his picture as the front guy, and they are hiding his real identity. We really don't know what he looks like or his wife. Do any of y'all know what the real Jared look like? Do anybody know that? Press 5 if y'all know what the real Jared looked like. Huh? The white truck driver. I've seen that photo that y'all had. I've seen that Facebook count that y'all had. But they said this Jared that's in that 18-wheeler truck, they said that he has wiped out everything. They said that you cannot contact him or his wife. And that Facebook, that can be just a front. Okay? Because anybody can post a picture up and say Jared will. I'm sure it's plenty of white men that got that same first and last name. Okay. So and you already know in the police report, didn't they say they was trying to cover for him? Press 7 if they were telling you guys in that police report they were trying to cover for the 18-wheeler. Why cover for him if he didn't do anything wrong? Because he did some shit wrong and he was hired to be hit. And when you do a hit, you want to be protected. Okay. And if the police report, if they doing shady shit, who's to say the name is shady too? We don't never know who these hitmen are. They say he in Mexico. I believe it. I believe it. I believe he's in Mexico. He not nowhere around here. Yes, true fake Jared. Yeah. I don't think that's the real him. I saw him too. Angie Stone was truly a beautiful soul. Yes, she was. And can you imagine, Jonah, her screaming, begging for that man to stop, her last moments on earth? She's begging, screaming. And can you imagine the guilt that her son felt? Michael always is with his mom. Don't they say that Michael always is the driver? Press 3 if they always say Michael is always the driver of Angie Stone, right? But this time, Michael wasn't the driver. They purposely got Michael out the way. That's why they purposely said, hey, let's book her on Michael's birthday. Let's put a bird in his ear to have a party. So let's get the big man, Michael, distracted because he's her usually driver. And let's plant in another guy, Lethal, so he can do our dirty work. That's what it's coming down to. Because Michael, he feel guilty now because he was partying while this was going on. He was partying while his mom was getting drove by Satan himself. And she was begging for him to stop. Begging. But nope, he had a mission to do just that. And all those people that's in that van, they are compromised. They aren't speaking up. And it's all for money. They're not speaking up because they want a payday. It's for money. It's for the love of money. They struggling. If Angie's struggling, they struggling too. So they're not going to want to speak out for the integrity of Angie because they really care and love her. Hell, they all about that money, baby. And we will see, because anything that plays out, if they get a check, we going to hear about it, right? If a lawsuit come through, if we say on this case, we going to find out. But guess what? The whole group is starting to crack. It's starting to crack. They all supposed to be in this together. They were all supposed to be silent together. But the twins are breaking their bond with this group. The twins are talking, and that's why we got this information, because Sherita Murphy is speaking of several different bloggers, and several different bloggers said that Sherita is upset and is suing Lethal. And I'm assuming Lethal has ghosted her ass, because you know damn well Sherita Murphy, if she's doing freak offs with the driver, if he's going to be eating her dookie shoe and they having all these conversations over the phone, you know she got his number. You know she got his number. So what, did he cut you off now? What happened, girl? Did he cut your ass off? He ain't that nigga that you thought he was. He done bamboozled your ass, okay? And now she want to throw his ass under the bus, talking about, yeah, he was supposed to be this type of person. He's at fault. You know, he was driving fast and this could have been avoided, but he just kept on doing what he kept on doing. She said Angie Stone even told him to stop, but he would not. He just kept on going fast, and that's when it tipped over and tripped and do all this bullshit, okay? Okay. But why didn't she say this shit on March the 2nd, March 3rd, March 4th, March 6th, March 7th, March 8th, March 9th? Something went wrong with this. Something in their plan went wrong. And tell me this, did y'all see the Murphy sisters get up there and talk? Why y'all didn't talk? I guess because they wasn't that close to Angie Stone. They was just working for her. Okay, they wasn't that close. I didn't even see pictures of the Murphy sisters with Angie Stone. And they probably out there, but I didn't see them. Have y'all ever seen pictures of Angie Stone with the Murphy sisters? Huh? Press 2 if y'all seen them pictures. Press 7 if you ain't seen no picture. Everybody that's a fan of Angie Stone, what's the first thing they want to do? Can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? Why y'all? I didn't see no pictures. Y'all didn't say shit at the funeral. I mean, the least that you could have did was speak at the funeral. Hell, Ashton spoke at the funeral, and he was in that van too. Okay? Something up with this. Something this up. All right, Charles got something to say.
Hey, Gigi, I got a tractor trailer driver here right with me. My buddy, he drives a tractor trailer. Tell him what you said about that thing.
What happened to the dash cam in the tractor trailer?
What happened to the dash cam? They not relieving that. I guess not yet. Somebody's covering up. Somebody is taking it, and they don't want to put it out there.
Okay, that dash cam got everything on it that's in the track trailer, and
when it was coming up
it has to be released. Big as this case is, that dash cam has to be released.
How big is Angie's case? How big is Angie's case? Because ain't nobody talking about it but some YouTubers.
Okay, all right. I don't know. I have no idea who the attorneys are, but the attorney.
Angie's case. What is Angie's case?
Okay, I don't know who the attorneys are in this case, but the attorneys can have that dash cam released. That's why they're there.
I understand that, but let's go back to your first statement. How big is Angie's case? Do you see Fox News talking about Angie?
No.
They're not going to.
Hold on. Do you see CNN talking about Angie?
No, ain't none of it.
The shade room not even talking about Angie. They have forgotten about damn Angie. They on some other shit. People not talking about Angie. So when you say how big this case is, what do you mean by that?
We talking about a celebrity.
Who is talking for Angie?
Right. And it has to be her attorney and the family, since no one else is doing it, the state or no one else. That dash cam is a very
Tell me
important
this.
entity in
Wasn't
this
wasn't
case.
tell me this.
And
Was
that trucking company has to release it.
Tell me this. With a company trucking, they said F you. They not answering shit. They ain't giving no goddamn statement. The how you saying the trucking company, they have the trucking company said their condolences to Angie Song. Hell no. They don't care. And they ain't gonna never care. You gonna
What's
be
the name of this trucking company?
the CRST, you should know that. It's how
Yeah,
big it is.
CRST. Okay, that's a big company. That's a big company. And yeah,
Big don't matter.
it's something for that dash cam to not be released.
I want to know this to all of y'all. When Aaliyah, when that thing happened to her, who got Aaliyah justice? Did Aaliyah ever get justice? She was a big celebrity. Hell, we just started finding out about stuff. Then come to find out Aaliyah's parent was involved with a whole bunch of stuff. But who got justice for Aaliyah? Huh? Huh? Have anybody that took out Aaliyah, has they been accounted for Aaliyah's death? Press 1 if a person has been accounted for Aaliyah's death. Press 4 if nobody's been accounted for. After all these years, after she's a big celebrity, nobody's been accounted for. They get away with these murders. Nobody get accounted for none of these damn murders. From Prince, who's accounted for that? Michael Jackson, who's accounted for that? Nobody. Nobody but me. Okay. Back to that Keith Sweat. Nobody. Nobody. Okay. That's how they do it. And that's how you know it's highly weird. Because nobody gets accounted for it. I'm waiting. I'm sure waiting. It's up to the people to get the answers. It's up to you to get the answers. Y'all sitting up here, well, we gonna wait for the big trucking company. The big trucking company gonna put out the camera, y'all. Let's just wait. They gotta put out the camera. God damn it, the trucking company been bought too. Okay? The trucking company is in with it too. And y'all going, well, we gonna wait, y'all. Let's just wait. They're gonna have to come out. They're gonna bring it. We gonna wait. Yeah, let's just wait. They're gonna bring out this report. It's been almost 2 months now. We still waiting on the report. Because once that report gonna come out, we gonna know who did it. And then we're gonna put them and lock them up. Y'all gonna stay waiting. Y'all gonna stay waiting. Y'all gonna stay down waiting. Ooh-wee. So going right here, going back to that big truck, Sherita Murphy breaks her silence. We told him to slow down. Okay, Sherita Murphy has confirmed the passenger in the van with Angie Stone has come forward, breaking her silence and demanding criminal charges against the driver, Lethal. When I tell you she big mad, y'all, they said that Sherita Murphy is mad at that goddamn driver. She big mad. But tell me this, why is she mad all of a sudden? She wasn't mad the first week. She wasn't mad the second week. She was quiet. I guess because what did she thought he was still gonna hit that ass? She thought because girl, it's been over a month and he still didn't eat that dookie shoe. Okay. He still didn't eat that shit. Okay. And you know if he gonna eat your dookie shoe, he eating other people's dookie shoe, but you like that shit, right? And then you gonna want to kiss him. See, I can't do all that shit. I can't do all that shit. Oh, Sherita Murphy, you desperate as hell. Why are you even hooking up with a damn driver, girl? Raise your standards, ho. Okay, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I know I don't like Sherita for no reason. Oh, I don't care for Sherita's. Okay. Why are you hooking up with the fucking driver? That's a convicted felon. No shade to you convicted felons. Okay. God damn. Well, you know, I guess they say in Atlanta. They said the niggas out there is low pickings, honey. Honey, shit, you mad? He's a convicted felon. You come on now, put 2 and 2 together. That's why I believe Ashton had his eyes on him. Okay, he's probably screwing Ashton the whole time. Okay, Ashton ain't came out yet. Ashton, when you gonna break your silence, boy? Okay, he ain't came. I guess him and Lethal is probably thick as thieves. Okay, okay. All that muscle Lethal got going on, and he didn't even try to rescue Angie Stone. No, he's not going to rescue her. He caused her goddamn demise. And even Sherita Murphy is confirming that now. And you would think this man, he go to gym, he pump it. They pump all that goddamn iron, but they ain't going to save your ass. They pumping that iron for another man. Okay. They don't want to go to war. They don't want to fight. Hell no. Okay, honey. Woo! I tell you, this got shit written all on it. It got shit written all on it. Oh my God. I cannot believe Sherita Murphy has said that to Stone about the freak offs. She could have kept that to herself, but it shows you the type of person she is, right? Right. It shows you the type of person she was. And then Ashton, how he got in the funeral and talking about Angie Stone laid up on the bed, put her feet up in the sky and showed him her kitty cat and said, "Give me the pen, I gotta pee." These people in this van, they are freaky as fuck. They are freak offs. Listen, the stories they tell at the funeral, the stuff they tell about themselves, they got freak all in their mind 24/7. They have no decorum. Okay. I don't understand this shit right here. I don't get it. Okay. So let me put it right. Let's get the likes up. Turn these likes up, y'all. And make sure you subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot. So she is big mad and she want Lethal, the driver, to go to jail, and she wants to sue the company that hired him. And that's wild that they are starting to break. So if the Murphy sisters, they broke recently, who's going to break next? Who's going to break next? It says Sherita revealed that multiple people in the van, including Angie Stone herself, repeatedly begged, didn't ask, begged the driver to slow down. They begged, please, 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 begging him, yelling at him. All of them, including Angie Stone, slow down, slow down. Now, what makes a man just ignore everybody in that van to keep going fast? A man that's on assignment by Satan. When you're working for someone, as they thought, I believe he was working for Satan. That's why he was going so fast and he ignored them because he had to make this crash happen. Okay. But, you know, if it was done the right way, if he was really hired by them, he would just say, okay, I'm going to slow down, you know, for your comfort. Because don't you want to get good ratings? I don't know about y'all, but I used to drive Lyft. I used to drive Uber. Yeah, I was out here picking y'all asses up. Okay. And when I get people in the car, I want to make them comfortable because I want you to rate me good. I'm trying to get 5 stars in this bitch. Okay. I don't want you to rate me, talk about my driving was horrible, you know? So as a driver, I care about my reputation as a driver because I want my job and I need my job to pay my bills and put food on the table. So it means a lot to me. But for someone to drive so recklessly and don't give a damn about their passengers, don't care about how they're going to write them up, that lets me know he was hired by someone else that was giving him more money. Okay. Nobody is putting their life on the line and their livelihood on the line in a recession. Especially, Rashida said it was 100% avoidable, like it didn't have to happen. But in his mind, he had to have this to happen because he was on an assignment. Okay. All right. They said Sherita and her twin sister, along with other passengers, are suing. Now, this is a company name. Executive Elite Transportation. LLC. Have you guys heard that company? Press 1 if you heard that company before. It's Executive Elite Transportation LLC. That is the company that has hired Lethal, the person that had the suspended license. He was not supposed to be driving, okay? The person that drove Angie Stone to her death, the person that was driving that van, and everybody was telling him to slow down, and he would not. He kept on driving like a speed demon that he is. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm looking here in the comment section. Ooh, okay. Now, JA, I've been seeing you in the comment section, and I haven't talked to you yet. I want to talk to you, but I hear a lot of stuff in the background, JA. I'm going to come back. JH. JH. Child, they can't hear shit I'm saying. Okay. Okay. Okay, it says the lawsuit confirms the crash occurred 4:25 a.m. So now we are in a lawsuit. We are in a lawsuit between the Murphy twins, which were in the van with Lethal, the driver. The Murphy twins are suing the driver, Lethal. Okay. And not only is they suing the driver, they really suing the company that hired him. That is who the lawsuit is for, but his name, of course, is in the lawsuit. Okay. So they're going after the company that hired him. The lawsuit claims the crash occurred at 4:25 a.m. while they were en route to Baltimore. Now, we've heard different things, right? First, y'all talk about she was going to the airport to go to Baltimore. Then y'all talking about she's en route to Baltimore. Now, Sherita, she didn't say shit about going to the damn airport. I think she would have told us they was en route to go to the airport. In this lawsuit, it states she was en route to go to Baltimore. So people that saying they was going to airport, I don't believe that shit, because in a lawsuit, it says that she was going to Baltimore. She didn't say she was going to the damn airport. Okay. That's in a lawsuit. Okay. And you can look up this damn lawsuit. All right. Ange Now Where donated $5. Thank you, Gigi. What if Angie Stone never left the ballroom she was performed in Alabama? Reasons why they staged her death. Her body wasn't in that van at all. All right. So if her body was not in the van, that means that Sherita Murphy is lying in this lawsuit, because Sherita Murphy is suing the company that hired Lethal, the driver. And she states in the lawsuit that Angie Stone was in the van. So do you really think, you guys, was Sherita Murphy lie in her lawsuit stating that Angie Stone was in that van? She is suing. She's hoping to get some money. It's public. Do you really think that she's going to lie and say that Angie Stone was in the van when she wasn't in the van in a lawsuit? Comment, let me know. Press 1 if you believe Sherita Murphy when she says that Angie Stone was in that van in her lawsuit against the company that hired that driver. Press 5 if you still don't believe that Angie Stone was in that van. You don't give a damn what lawsuit they come up with. I don't give a damn what lawsuit they come up with. She wasn't in that van. Okay. Which one do you guys say? All right. So here it is. Sherita and her twin, along with other passengers, are suing Executive Elite Transportation. Remember that. That's the name of the company. Executive Elite Transportation. Executive Elite Transportation. Executive Elite Transportation. Okay. That's who they're suing. And they said that Sherita and her sister, along with other passengers. So how many more passengers is it? If it was 9, 1 is dead, what leaves us with 8. That, Angie Stone is dead. That's 8. Sherita and her sister, that's 2. So we got 6 left. They're suing the driver, so that's Lethal. That's 5. So we got 5 remaining. Damn, do I do my numbers right? Okay, Angie, the driver. Okay, and the 2 sisters. That's 4. Okay, we got 5 left. 5 left, 5 left. So some of the 5 is going to sue with the Murphy twins. I don't know if all 5 of the passengers, it doesn't state, it just says some of the passengers. I want to know, is it all 5? I want to know, is Ashton, are you suing too, or are you not? I want to know what Michael and Diamond think about this. Michael and Diamond. Michael, Michael, where you at, Michael? Michael, how do you feel that your mom's death could have been avoided? Michael, and I don't want to meet you up, Michael, because they said Michael feel guilty. I said, why do Michael feel guilty? They said he felt guilty because he was partying while his mom was dying. They said he felt guilty because he was supposed to be the mom protector while she was sitting with the enemy. They say he felt guilty because he was supposed to be the driver, and this time he was not the driver, and Satan was the driver. So he feels that he should have been there. Okay, well, I sympathize with you, Mike. But now that you know this could have been avoided, and this nigga named Lethal caused it, how do you feel about that, Mike? I tell you what, if it was me, where Lethal at, mother? Oh, Lethal, that's your ass, Lethal. Do Lethal got a wife? Do Lethal got kids? Huh? What do y'all, if that was my mama, I want to know everything about fucking Lethal. Okay, let me ask y'all. Do Lethal got a wife? Press 1 if he got a wife. Press 2 if he don't. Do he got a girlfriend? Do he like women? Shit. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Do he got kids? Does Lethal got kids? Do y'all know if he got kids? Do he got kids? Okay. Is he a deadbeat daddy? I don't know. So I want to know everything about Lethal, and I want to meet with Lethal. Okay. I want to meet with Lethal, and I would want to ask him, why in the hell were you speeding? And I know he's going to tell a lie because he's a liar. You can't trust a liar, but I still want to know the answers that he will give me. And most likely, he's going to give me a bizarre answer. The reason why I say that, because he gives bizarre answers. The police report states that he says to the police that it was 2 hours. He don't know what happened. He just was crazy, or he don't remember, 2 hours recall, he don't remember. That is very bizarre and awkward behavior from that type of individual. So I know he ain't right, but I still want to hear what the fuck he gonna have to say, and I'm gonna have to take care of Lethal. Okay, I'm gonna have, I'm just talking, I ain't gonna really do it, but honey, I set that ass up like you set my mama up. And Michael, you drive fast anyway. I have his ass tied up in the back seat. Okay, and I be speeding on that motherfucker like, yeah, motherfucker. Okay, you gonna feel the path. Okay, my mama was scared during her last moments. She was terrified. Her heart was beating. She was just on the stage performing for 2 hours. She has diabetes. Them ankles were swollen. She was tired. She was stressed out. And you caused her heart to be beating so fucking fast on her last moments. Hell, I want my revenge. That's just me talking. You know what I'm saying? And I want to know how Michael feel about all this. And Diamond, I want to know how she feel about this too. Okay. Oh shit. I see we got some people up here. I see you, Miss Harris, honey. Okay. I see you, KFC. Okay. I just want to continue to read the report. The lawsuit, can we get the likes up? Are we doing good with the likes? Moderators, how are we doing with the likes? Can y'all please get the likes up? I love you guys. Everybody that's up in here that's rocking with me at the Messy Sweet Spot. I just want to say I love you guys and I appreciate y'all. But I need y'all to hit that like, okay? We need to push into the algorithm because we got more stories to talk about. Over here, we don't just care about celebrities. We care about our people. So we have other stories to report. And I hope that you are here with us on the journey, uncovering the truth about regular common folks and not just celebrity. Okay? Because we need all hands in. We need all hands on deck. We need the boots on the ground. Okay? So right here, Sherita claimed the crash was 100% avoidable. All right. And that the driver blatantly disregarded for human life directly caused Angie's death. That's Sherita words. That is what Sherita is saying, y'all. This shit is deep. He don't care for life. If you know Satan, he don't care for life. He don't care for life. He does not care. And you would think a man with big muscles, isn't that an image of protector? When you see a man with big muscles, you like, oh my God, he's going to protect me. You know what I mean? He's going to be the man that's going to go into the fire and he's going to bring me out with those big muscles. It shows strength. It shows that he has courage and, he's going to save the day, a hero. That was just an illusion. His look was just a goddamn illusion, honey. He's a coward. Okay. And he got paid from the higher ups to take her ass out. Okay. So please don't be deceived by looks. That's why you got to be in your spirit. You know what I mean? And you can sense that. But Sherita was too worried about getting her dookie ate. And she was on lust time. Okay. She was on demon time. She wasn't looking at it in her. I don't even know if she got spiritual realm, but she mad about that nigga now. She is mad. She airing all his shit out. Okay. Sherita Kerr should speak out directly, contradicts the silence of the other passengers who had signed the alleged NDA and continue performing on tour. All right. So that's something to think about. Why is it Sherita is speaking now? Everybody else that had this silence, they're still silent. It's a contradictory that Sherita is speaking out. And I think Sherita is speaking out because she got duped by this man that she was supposed to be hooking up with. It's a sexual tension involved. I think she really pissed off. She got duped and she aired it all out. And I don't know what else is going to come, but I got a feeling this is going to get real messy. Okay, this is just the beginning. It says questions arise about whether the truck driver that hit the van was a part of a larger plan or just another layer of neglect. All right. All right. So right now, Miss Harris, how you doing?
Hey, boo. I
What's
like
up?
that head. You
Are
giving
you
real Mariah Carey tonight. You
okay?
got
Yeah,
your boobs out and shit. You feeling sexy tonight, ain't it?
I got a date, girl. I got a date. I'm
You
playing.
know? You know? Yeah, I feel like Sherita mad. Sherita mad. She is pissed off with his ass. Who you think you are? I'm telling all your business because you ain't do me right.
Right, because they were supposed to
I
be in.
heard something about I heard something about Lethal had a girlfriend or somebody else at the hospital with him, and Sherita was there.
Oh, oh
I
my
was
God.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
watching something
Harris.
on YouTube, and they were saying that Sherita was mad because it was another girl there, so that's probably why she running her mouth.
Ooh, did y'all hear what Miss Harris just broke about this shit right here? Man, when I tell you the people in this van, it's like a reality TV. It's so messy. And that's why
Real ratchet.
we have to discover each character in this van because it's going to paint us the real picture. Angie Stone's last moments and what really happened to Angie Stone. Because if it wasn't for Sherita Murphy finding out that the truck driver was lying and was living a double life, that he had a girlfriend, she would have never broke her silence. This have a lot to do with that pain, that man, and that money. So
He,
she found out that the driver had a girlfriend and she thought she was the only one, or because he was trying to creep with her.
yeah, man. He hit that crazy button.
So
She
you
was
think
looking
they
for.
already had affairs?
Yeah, of course. If he trying to eat her groceries, yeah, 9 times out of 10 they done been together before. He hit her crazy button, and it pissed her off.
Oh, magic! We got magic in the house. Oh my God!
Oh my gosh, we got the Barbie doll. You are the Barbie doll, Gigi. I can't. I'm telling you, I try my best to set it right. I'm not going live tonight. I'm not getting on, but I turn on and I see you like this. You are really going all out. I can't. I can't.
I
You
love Magic. You know I want you up here.
Yeah, you got the crown. You got the crown. But now I'm hearing about groceries. This is crazy. But didn't I tell you the other night I heard that Angie was screaming and she was screaming, telling them to slow down and stop. I said this the other night. And now look, Lord and behold, this woman comes through because he didn't give her a pipe or give it a lick
I,
or whatever that
I
is.
I just said he hit a crazy button. They've
Oh
been
yeah, that
sleeping
happened.
together. He had
Yeah,
that lady at the hospital, and she was
yeah.
like, "Have you lost your mind?" Yeah, you never know what happened at the hospital. You don't know if the girl approached him in front of the other girl. You don't know what happened up in that hospital. Because if they've been sleeping together and he been lying to her, or whatever the case might be, she went the hell off on his ass. So now I'm getting ready to tell your business because I don't like you no more.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, it sounded like Magic and Miss Hare, she was deceived. It sounded like he lived a double life. He perceived himself as one way and then another. Because not only did Sherita Murphy, the lady in the van, was deceived by him when she found out that he had a girlfriend, but she was also deceived when she saw a different side of him, when she told him, please slow down. Please slow down. And he was like, hell no, shut your ass up. I gotta go, He was on a mission.
Yes, he was. Yes,
He
he
was on a
was.
paid mission. He was on an assignment. Mission, assignment, same thing. He was paid and he had to do what he needed to do to execute that so that he could get paid in the background in the long run. But my question is, where's he at?
Nowhere to
I want to see him.
I mean, because he should have been hurt too if he was the driver. I was in a car accident before. So if you are the driver and that accident happened the way we see it on the road, where are his injuries? Or did he have any injuries? Or I'm saying, is he's like, what do we call that? The fall guy? Do we still have them? Do they still exist? Where you could cause accidents? They have it with Hollywood. I'm just saying, where's he at?
Well, Asher didn't have any injuries either. He was in the van and he was at both funerals and he looked fine.
It's a
Everybody
lie.
is fine, Magic, except for Angie Stone. They
And that's
execute.
why that's a discrepancy. That's a discrepancy because there's no way. I'm pretty sure everybody was buckled up. That's why everybody's fine. They didn't fly out of. Listen, I've had. Listen, I was in a motorcycle accident in Dominican Republic. Okay, flown off the bike. Okay, with another person. I have been in another car accident. Listen, if you're not buckled in, you're going to be strapped in. You get some bumps and bruises, things happen. You do an MRI, x-ray, whatever. You could get cleared or whatever may happen. You get a chip or something on you. But what I'm saying is that I've been in accidents myself. I even got caught on a freaking, I was trying to zip line. I was stuck in the middle. I thought that was it. So I was saying my prayers because I was like, if that's the way I'm going, all right, at least I'm going out good. I'm in a beautiful island and I didn't see it all. I didn't play with the monkeys. Just kidding. No, but what I'm saying is that if all of these people were fine, that tells me that A, they did have their seatbelts on. And if she's the only one that is not here with us, something happened prior to that ride that they're not telling us.
So let me ask you this. Was Sherita Murphy, and I want to ask everybody, do you guys trust Sherita Murphy? Press one if
No,
you trust Sherita Murphy. Press two if you do not trust Sherita Murphy. Magic, you said you don't trust Sherita Murphy.
no, I
Uh,
don't. She's compromised. She's
do you,
compromised.
do you trust Sherita Murphy?
I don't trust him at all.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, some people may say they might trust her because she's speaking out. And we've been begging anybody in the passengers to speak out. We felt that it was so retarded. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say the R word. We felt it was so crazy that none of y'all was speaking out about this. But now she speaks out, but for her benefit, because she is suing the driver and the company
Mhm.
that hired the driver, and because the driver did not eat her dookie shoot. Okay, because the driver lied to her and she thought the driver was single. Come to find out, he got a whole girlfriend that he didn't tell her that. She had to find out at the hospital. So she extra pissed about that.
Well, I just want to know if she signed the NDA too, shouldn't she be watching her back?
Absolutely.
If
Well,
she
maybe
signed it
she
too,
says like this. Maybe she says, well, I won't talk about what y'all did to Angie. I'm just going to talk about my situation.
but you're
But
not supposed
yet,
to be talking
let
about
me
nothing at all.
but guess what? Check this out. In order to explain, you have to expose. So even if she's doing it something personal for herself, she's doing it based on her emotions, right? Because she was hurt from this dude. And it's just going to bring more speculation as to why are you saying nothing now? We're not on the topic of between your situation with him, between you and he hurt you and he didn't get the groceries or whatever, and you didn't get that time. We're talking about Angie right now. So let's stick to the topic. So what happened in that van, before that van, and what happened afterward? That's what we want to know. We don't care about your romantic stuff that went left, whatever it was. It like I said, in order to explain, you have to expose. So now she's going to get exposed, and
Why?
she's going to have to explain.
Why Angie family isn't suing Magic? Why?
Do they have the finance to do that? Do they have maybe they could get a pro bono lawyer that would take the case, and I'm pretty sure yes, because this is a high celebrity case, because these are millions that we're talking about. So I'm kind of confused as to why. I don't know if any lawyers, pro bono lawyers, reached out to the family, the children, because this is something where you could definitely they could definitely win. It's going to take time, but then again, if everybody's in a party dancing with the devil, these lawyers, you can't trust anybody. So anybody could go to the children and say, yeah, I'm going to help you out, just like they went to Angie and say, yeah, I'm going to help you out. We the Diesel crew, we this and that. I got 300 million, whatever. And meanwhile, they're the ones that's going back running, telling the powers that be everything that's happening, because this is Universal Records. So you can't trust anybody. But yeah, why aren't the kids, pursuing this? Who knows if they got a cut? Who knows if they were promised something? Right now, I don't trust anybody.
I feel like the kids, they are, I don't, how can I say it without being insulting? I feel like they are like in the dark. They are so in the dark and they don't even know what's going on around them. They just listen to what they've been told and they're just going to be obedient because they don't know much. And it's crazy how the twins are suing the driver for her and she not even dead. But their own family is not suing the driver and they mama dad. How that makes sense?
It don't make sense. It don't. It's like
They,
apples and oranges. It
it
does not make sense.
Well, I just hope that, if it does go to court, I'm quite sure they're going to summons Miss Sherita and make her talk.
Mm. People are also mentioning that the company was hired. They had the name Elite in there, giving a clue because they said that these industry people, they're so doting and they're giving you clues. Did y'all notice that? That the company was hired by the executive Elite Transportation. And when Angie Stone always talk about the devil, she always mentioned the elite. How
Yes.
interesting that the elite vehicle is the vehicle she died in by the elite. Girl, ain't that deep? Magic?
Yeah, let me just piggyback on this. Okay, I'm take you down. We gonna get on this horse. I remember and recall her saying that even if they coming to get me, at least I'm gonna tell y'all, y'all gonna know, and I'm not gonna hold back. Cause she knew that they were coming for her. And she knew they were coming to get her because she said it in her video. That's why she started her recordings and telling us bits by bits and pieces by pieces what was happening, what was leading up to her being unalived.
KFC, you have something to say?
Yeah, I got something to say real quick. Yeah, I got something to say real quick. What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I disagree with the information that's being released as far as what happened to her in the accident because Angie's family retained a law firm that's based in Atlanta called the Wing Law Firm. The NDA was signed. That prevents the details of what happened to her, her injuries, her body, any specifics of the crash from being released to the public. So I'm trying to understand how people are saying they've seen a copy of the police reports. There's one and two different reports, and a video of the accident actually happened when that NDA has already been signed. And plus, with that white girl talking, she's probably already been served a cease and desist for running her mouth. That the family will pursue other legal action if she keeps speaking on Angie. That's why she disappeared and stopped talking about her. Plus, when it comes to the police report, it's not uncommon for there to exist more than one report because the reports are based on the officers that respond. So like when a crash, sometimes the patrol officer would come, the highway patrol, state and local. So they're all going to have their own different reports. I mean, that's not, I'm trying to understand why people are saying there's two different police reports. There can be several. I mean, that's not really an issue right there. I mean, that's what I was trying to say because people are saying it's conflicting information because one report is saying something and the other isn't. Like, police reports, they can be fact or opinion from based on the officer. Like, for example, the information as far as the time, the location of the collision, those are facts. But the fault, who's at fault, or the determination of that will be the officer's opinion. And then it goes to the insurance company, and the insurance company does their own investigation. They take the police report and they follow through on that, and then it goes to court. And then the judge makes the decision based upon the evidence that's presented. So at this point in time, that's why nobody has probably been charged, and that's why you're not hearing that much information about it. It doesn't mean that it's a conspiracy theory as to why that information hasn't been released yet. That's all I'm saying on that. Like it's a process, and it doesn't happen like in 10 days. It's not going to happen like that. But police officers can't say who's at fault. They can give their opinion of it, but that still has to be investigated. So that's why I'm like, I don't understand where that's at on that. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. We appreciate you, KFC. KFC.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm looking at that picture. I want some fried chicken and some.
Yeah, no. Nah, but I'm just saying, why?
Oh my God.
I mean, what's the big deal about that? Like, how can you know the specifics of everything that's involved when nothing can be spoken? I mean, you can't release it right now. It's still an active investigation. That's why they're not even telling you the cause of her death or what really happened to her.
Tell me this. What's going on with Sherita? Sherita Murphy, she is suing the driver that took out Angie Stone. She is suing the company that hired him. They said he has suspended license, and this
she might get in trouble for that because she's not supposed to be talking about that. She might get legal action from the family on that because that goes against the NDA. That's what happened to that white lady. That white lady was talking about how she pulled her out and was holding her hand and all that. You see how she shut it down once that NDA was enforced. Because if you go against that, legal action will be pursued against you. Like, you can be sued for running your mouth. So that's probably why people are saying that white lady disappeared, because she got in trouble for running her mouth. And as far as that other girl, she's going to run the risk of running into that as well. Of course, you know, she wants her fame because the accident happened, so she wants that attention. But you got to be very careful about what you say, because there's like legal proceedings going on. And as far as the truck driver, I mean, think about it. If Angie's people was at fault and they hit you, wouldn't you sue? I mean, if they're at fault because they were negligent, it has nothing to do with Angie. But I'm saying, wouldn't you sue?
Well, yeah,
like that's why I was trying to get paid, because I know I would. That's negligence.
Angie's people.
I'm talking about as far as the van, whoever was responsible for driving the van, like whatever. The driver's probably suing her estate. He's probably going to sue for negligence. Like, everybody's going to get sued. Whoever was not found at fault is going to sue the other party that was found at fault. That's what everybody does. Because that truck in the front was totaled. Like, somebody got to pay for that. Damages. That driver's probably going to say he was hurt. He can't drive no more. Like, it's going to be a whole lot with that. Look at Tracy Morgan. Like, Walmart had to pay $90 million out their pocket for that accident. So it's like, it's just getting started. Like, it's not over with yet.
So do you feel that the 18-wheeler touched that man?
Honestly, in my opinion, I was looking at even the incline of the highway because they were going northbound, coming back up, trying to leave Alabama. I just think the driver ran. I don't even think he flipped the 3 times. I just think he ran off the road to the left. He met the truck, and the truck pushed the van back up, and he landed upside down because the first picture it was upside down. And then I'm thinking after the wrecker came and stuff was getting ready to remove it, they had already turned it back on the right side. That's it. And I think the impact of her meeting the truck took her life. But like, again, you don't know everything about Angie. You don't know, like her medical history. There's a whole lot with that. Like some of the videos she was making in that when she was riding with her son, I don't even know if that was her own Sprinter that she was riding around with.
Her health.
I mean, I don't know all the specifics of everything.
This accident caused her death.
Yeah, it was due to the negligence of the driver. Because see, somebody was saying before that was staged. Like they put the vehicle right there. I mean, how could they do that? Like, how can you put a vehicle on a highway not knowing when a truck is going to come? Plus, you mean to tell me nobody else was on the highway at that time when you were putting the van right there? Like nobody was on that highway and they didn't see you placing the van right there for it to get hit by a tractor trailer. Like that makes no sense. Like the police know who's at fault. Like they looked at everything. Like I said, with Angie's driver, I just think honestly that he fell asleep and he just went to the left and he caught the truck. That's it. And when the truck and people keep saying, well, that's not possible. Do you know how strong a truck is? You're talking about like 99,000 pounds. Plus Angie's van was still moving. So it's like, you don't know when they met up against each other, what happened with that. But I just really do think the van is not, truck drivers are never supposed to be in the left lane. I mean, that's state law. Like if a truck driver is in the left lane, they can get a ticket. So people were saying he was in the left lane. I don't think that. I just think the van went to the left, came across the highway, caught the truck in his lane, and he knocked Angie's van back up on the highway. That's it. They just met each other because they were saying in the first report, Angie's van collided with the truck. So that's let me know the guy who's driving Angie's van was at fault. Because look, the driver hasn't been charged. So by now, DOT, state police, they all have looked at the police record. They've all gone through his log. He's already been drug tested, alcohol tested, all of that. And he has not been charged. So he's not at fault. Angie's driver probably was. And then we don't know why he did it. It still could be a mechanical error. It could be anything why he did. But I'm saying it's easy to figure it out. If the van was at top and the truck was at the bottom, either the truck went up to the van, which we know it didn't happen, or the van came down to the truck.
With the truck driver, I'm not counting him out personally. I know you are. But with the 18-wheeler, why would he quit his job? Why would his wife disappear and quit her job?
Because they're getting ready to sue. Wouldn't you? He's probably going to get millions.
The 18-wheeler.
Yeah, because I mean, the van, Angie's van hit the truck. It collided with the truck. So would you go to work? Like right now, he got to get himself ready for his lawsuit. He's going to probably say he got post-traumatic stress disorder. And you know what? He might have sustained some injuries. Who knows? Who knows what happened to him when the van hit him? He might have got hurt. But if there's an NDA going on, I mean, they can't really talk about all the specifics of what's going on. I mean, that's it. He probably did. He's probably going to sue Angie for what happened. Her estate. Because if you were in the truck, wouldn't you?
Magic, what are your thoughts?
I feel this is a sinister setup, and I don't know who to trust. I don't know if it's the people that were in this Sprinter that were at the show that were singing with her. This man that is a known criminal, but I feel that it was a sinister setup by the music label.
Okay, Magic, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question real quick. If I'm with Angie's people and I'm in on setting her up, why would I want to be in a van with her? Like, how could you ensure my life that I'm not going to get hit and lose my life as well?
That's the part that I'm stuck on. Like, if they wanted to take Angie out, there was other ways to take Angie out without the people who people are alleging set her up being involved. Like, if somebody's gonna take her out, why would I want to be in a van? A tractor trailer at that? Do you know what that impact probably felt like? Like, why would you want to experience that? Because you want to set her up. Like, there was other ways to set her up. You could have set her up in her house.
You're right. It's very confusing. It is very confusing, and you're absolutely right. You're right.
And I don't like to spread rumors about people because I really truly don't, but I'm saying, like they said, Angie, I know I didn't get a chance to call in on the video where her daughter was dancing and people were saying, that was disrespectful or whatever. But I looked at that differently. How Angie didn't drink? How that's not how her and her daughter used to act together when he used to drink? Maybe that's why her daughter was doing that. I mean, it could be so many reasons why people do what they do.
Yeah, you're right.
We don't know because Angie needed a kidney. We don't know, sometimes, and I don't like saying this because people are going to try to say I said this, but I'm just saying, how do you know she didn't suffer from, she was an alcoholic. Like, she drank some of her money away. Like, I mean, it's so much stuff there that we don't really know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do you know Angie didn't like to drink?
You're right. You're right. I'm not disagreeing.
Like,
You're right.
Maybe that's why her daughter was acting like that. Maybe that was their favorite dance they did together at the table when they used to drink together. I mean, I don't know.
No, you're right. I get it. You're right. You are absolutely
we don't
right.
know because I don't know Angie. I don't know how Angie was.
One thing I do know is that I do thank Angie for one of her songs that helped me out when I was down in life as a child, and her song came through on the radio, and that song every time, and then it came through, and I will say this is all I can say for my piece, is that when that song came through and when it left, it came through at the right time because I needed it, and I never knew who this woman was, and then I heard it as an adult, not an adult, as a, around 21. I heard her when I was like the first time at 11. I heard her again like around 21. And I said, yeah, that's the woman. That's the song. It's so beautiful that I thank her for that, because the moment that I needed things in life, that song helped me to like bridge the gap. So I thank her for her talent. I thank her for, the motherly, spiritual love, because she had it and she gave it to us. So all I'm going to speak on is that what she gave to me in my life when I needed her. I never met this woman, and it's so sad to hear what happened to her now. So all I could do is speculate on what I think happened to her, but I know that she was taken out before her time. That's all I could say.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad.
Wait. Miss Harris, what are your thoughts about KFC? What she said?
I mean, it's always going to be, two sides to a coin. So, we don't know what happened. Like Magic said, the only thing we can do is speculate. It's the truth, and then it's what we think it is, and eventually, hopefully, the truth comes out. I hope, that it was an accident, but I don't feel like it was an accident.
All right. Well, KFC, people are saying you have some good points. And KFC, you did make me think. So I think.
Can I just say one more thing real quick? Even with the.
Go ahead.
Okay, even with the police report, with the officers, they will mention the facts of the accident, right? But they don't typically speculate about who caused the crash. Like, they're not going to speculate about who and what caused the accident. So when people are saying they're getting their stuff on the police report that doesn't make sense, and one thing say this and one thing, they're not supposed to say who was at fault. It has to be an investigation. You know what I'm saying? Like, the court is going to determine, once all the evidence is presented to them, who's at fault. So right now, there's nothing fishy about the case. Like, there's nothing there. It was just, in my opinion, it was just an unfortunate accident. Like, the driver made an error, but they're saying that it collided with the truck. Not the truck went up there and hit the van. The van came down and hit the truck. So how can that be staged? Like, how did they know if it was staged? How did they know when the truck was coming? And no one else on the highway saw somebody setting that up like that? That they were going to leave a van in the middle of the road and call that in? I mean, for me, I just think it was just an unfortunate accident. And it was sad. Like, it was sad.
It's easy. If I wanted to plant that the van was coming, if I was talking to you, KFC, we was doing it. I say, okay, just go down this highway, and when you get to a certain mark, drive fast. Don't worry about it. I got everything covered. Okay. So you drive, and then I snipe, boom, boom. It's simple. It's not that complicated, KFC. People do stings and setups and operations. Police work setting stuff up and doing scams and cause sleep sellers, as y'all call it. People always setting people up and doing
Oh,
scams.
you're right, Gigi. I just remember KFC. Now I have your answer. So let's piggyback. I said what I said, and I agree with you, whatever. But let me piggyback on Gigi, because guess what? I got the ultimate comeback. Because guess what?
Huh.
It's called the fake crashes insurance policy. Should get that moolah, and a lot of people do it all through the tri-state. They create these fake crashes. All right, I'm gonna drive down this interstate, whatever. You come through on this side, whatever, bang, hit my car, and now everybody's sitting. And then you got the ambulance chaser drivers that ride through the Bronx, and they give you a car. They say, call me. They set it up with the clinics that got whatever. They put you on all these they have you do all these strategic type of medical procedures, which is covered. They send you down to get an MRI in your back. Next thing you know, you got treatment plans, and they doing all these scientific things on you. And guess what? Everybody gets paid, and that was staged. So yes, it can happen, and it happens all the time. It's been happening over years. I just forgot. Thanks, Gigi.
Right. But you know what? Somebody said Magic Creek aside, but magic is real. She's not just going to be determined left or right. She's a human. And I appreciate Magic.
I know ain't nobody coming for me.
Yeah, because they want you to just be ride or die Beyonce. You know how people.
Oh, I'm not that. I'm the total opposite. The only Beyonce to me is Gigi, and she's official. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. But no, I'm just saying, you know how people are so like, okay, I feel this way and I'm just going to stick with it. They don't have an open ear to see different perspectives because they're so closed minded. Everybody is not like that. I know I'm not like that. I listen to everything and I can learn from everyone. So everybody don't have to be that way. Just so gun ho on one
Here we
side.
go. Gigi. Haven't they ever heard of ambulance chasers? Ambulance chasers are connected with the people that's with the insurance company. So when you have it, they carry radios, baby. So all you got to do is set up things, and guess what? It always happens where I'm from. Okay, it happens all around globally, but I know it happens where I'm from. So I'll give you a scenario. You got some people that they plan it together. They need some money. Okay, we're gonna cause a crash. They cause that crash, and apparently, whoever's the ambulance chaser has that radio. They're connected with the lawyers. They're connected with the clinics where they're going to send you to. You get acupuncture, you get physical therapy or whatever. They send you to the lawyers. They do what they need to do. And guess what? You get a check. They get a check. And then they get the insurance check because it was staged. So don't tell me it can't happen. Goodbye.
Magic, I'm bringing you back up. Give me a minute. I'm bringing Storm back up. Storm, you're on.
Gigi, I just had to shut KFC up. KFC, you shouldn't say things that you don't know what you're talking about. Not only can you FOIA the video, you can FOIA the police report, and that's how we know what's going on. We have the police reports and we have the video. This, what you're looking at on the screen right now, is the video of the actual accident at 4 a.m. on mile marker 163, as I said so. The accident happened at mile marker 162. If you look in the screen, you can see my thing, right, Gigi?
Yeah, it's up. It's up.
Okay. Anyway, right in front of the tractor trailer, there's a blue light right there. Behind the tractor trailer is other light look like it's red. That is the tractor trailer. If you look to the left of the screen, where the cars are continually going by, you will see that they had not even set up a roadblock yet. But you can see the tractor trailer with the passenger's door open, and the front of the truck damaged right there here in the video. Let me play it for you. Now, you see the gentleman walking up in the middle of the screen going to the van. There's another one walking to the van. Right there on the screen. So just as I told you, if Pillsbury was on the scene, the video have her because she had to drive right into the video camera. The truck is on the south side. The camera is facing south. The accident happened with the van facing north. So when you get up there and say, oh, they're not going to release this and they're not going to release that, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, let's not have an argument because I don't want you guys to go back and forth.
But just do your research before you say stuff. Don't say they ain't out going to release no police report. And there is 2 police reports, 2 separate numbers, 2 separate police reports. Now, is the officer that wrote the reports words inconclusive? We don't know. But they have a report. Not only do they have their report, they list the insurance company, Liberty Mutual, they list the policy number and everything. Everything is there. Everything is there. And in this case, an NDA will not be worth the paper it's written on. There is a fatality, and the fatality is being investigated. So they can talk, and nothing will stop them from talking because it is an investigation. It's not a normal lawsuit. This is not your normal, average, everyday lawsuit. You have a non-licensed driver that was driving the vehicle. Okay? So what NDA is going to stop you from talking about that? The truth has to come out. That is a legal investigation. 2, the vehicle was hit by a semi-tractor trailer. NDA will not stop communication from that. Just saying. Just saying. You can't make a gross assumption like that, and you can't make a gross assumption that they're not going to release this and they're going to release that. I have the footage. I have the footage. All of it. I just don't have the police cameras yet, and that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on the FOIA to be fulfilled for that, and I'm waiting on the FOIA to be fulfilled for the 911 call, so we can know exactly when dispatched and received the calls. That's all I have to say, Gigi. I had to clear that up.
All right. All right. Hey, Hey, Ting Ting, how are you?
Hey, how you guys? Happy Sunday, everyone. I guess what I wanted to say is that the first thing we have to deal with, the first crime was stealing Angie's stuff, her royalties and her residuals while she was alive. And before she did that, she said she don't want none of us talking about her kids. And she's going to take care of her family as soon as she gets her business straight. Okay, so then a week later or 2, she has this accident, right? Apparently, she's supposed to be in the Sprinter. So there's Angie in spirit at that point, and her family is her inheritors. So they're going to be the ones that's going to benefit from all of this after the investigations, whichever way they go. Angie passed. Now, did she have an estate set up with an attorney, an estate's attorney, and her residual, separate attorney for her residuals? That's her business, but hopefully she did. And then as far as who's all wrong, I mean, it's like listed like 7 people. First estate, that place is so dark, everybody can have an accident. Second, the limo company. The limo company, something could have been wrong with the truck. The truck driver, the actual company that he's working at. Whether or not that guy had a driver's license, was he just joining and he was hitching on another driver? Yeah, he was there for the accident, but maybe he wasn't the first driver and he didn't rent the car. The 2 hours that was missing with EMT, are we suing them too? The passengers, did they have a fight in the Sprint and then cause it to tilt over? Maybe he didn't fall asleep, like the police report said. It's just too much. The interstate, just too much going on for us to kind of say, well, who did it, who done it, who what? The bottom line is her wish is to find her residuals, find her royalties so her family can have generational wealth.
I believe.
So how do we find her royalties and her residual? How do we help this situation? I guess that's what I want to know.
Okay, hold on. I got Shelly here and KFC back. Shelly, let's go with you first and then KFC.
Oh yeah, how you doing, G?
Hey,
It sound
Shelly, that's my Shelly.
yeah.
I
It
love you,
sound like
Shelly.
love you.
Love you.
It sound like KFC out there. She cooking that chicken again. What's wrong with her?
That
What's
chick.
wrong? What's
KFC
wrong,
always,
KFC?
she got everybody saying KFC in the chat. Okay.
You over there frying that chicken again? You know better than that, KFC.
I won't start, to be honest with you.
That woman. Okay, I'm sticking with Angie. Angie told all of us that they was gonna do something to her because she asking for her money. So I'm riding with Angie. And Angie, if you looking down and watching and listening, we believe you. Okay? You told us they gonna do something to you because you asking for your money. This ain't the first time. They did to her what they did to Left Eye. You tell me how all these people and she in the van and she only one end up dead. You explain that to me. I think someone was on that scene and they took her out. They probably shot her with a needle because prior to that, she said they stuck her with needles before and she almost left here. You got all kind of people show up on the scene when something happened. Now, Pillsbury said she was on the scene. She probably did it. Then Pillsbury said she was on the scene. She said she pulled Angie out the van. She
Yeah,
said all kind of stuff.
the white girl, Courtney, yes, she did say that. That's what she stated. But some
Yeah,
people don't believe her. So it's just up in the air.
yeah, but
That's what
something
I
happened.
believe. Everybody not gonna believe the same thing, y'all.
Oh
Some
no, I know that.
believe in Muslim, some people gonna believe in Christian, some people gonna believe in Catholic.
But let's use basic common sense, baby. Let's just use basic common sense. They did the same thing to Left Eye. When they asked for their money, they sent people to take them out. And this ain't the first time, and it ain't gonna be the last time. Okay, they told her to be quiet, and she went on and fought because she knew they was gonna do something to her. So put that chicken grease down. Stop all that. The police did this and police look, they got on that scene and they took Angie out. And I'm standing by that. 10 toes down. They took Angie out.
So do you think we
They
should be looking for her royalties instead of trying to do a whodunit?
watch what happened. Watch who start rising up. Every time they take a major celebrity, watch who rise up, watch who get money. Watch, because D'Angelo ain't no good. Y'all need to understand that. He ain't no good, and he gonna use his son. He's gonna use his son to get at that money. Y'all watch what happens.
But Stoney claimed that she asked him to get her money, though. But
Well,
she's not here to say that she did it, though. We never heard her say that, right?
right. Well, how you gonna trust somebody who's banging the driver? She
I don't
got
know. I'm
mental
just saying.
issues.
I'm just saying. Stoney's the only one that we are aware of now that's focusing on the royalties and the residuals. But we never heard her say, Stoney, we did hear her say the West Side Tribe or something. Didn't she mention that herself? Was helping
Yeah,
us.
but I wouldn't trust none of them in that van. I don't trust those fake phony people that was coming up speaking for Angie. Ain't none of them tried to help Angie while she was here. She was going through hell. Where was the friends at then? Where was the people? They was only getting stuff from Angie. It don't sound like nobody was helping Angie and pouring into Angie, even her children.
Well,
So
Angie said she was already on her way to get her. She found out somebody. She found out who it is, and she's got people
right,
helping her getting her royalties and her money. So
right.
let's start with that. If let me ask you, what do you think about who's helping her right now get her money? Attorney Wills, Rhonda Wills,
Well,
the
that guy,
the judge.
her friend said, I don't even trust him. Her friend said they found out who has her money. But you think those people just going to give her money? They sent those people to take her out. That's the only logic here. Accident after 2 weeks? Come
Well,
on
what do you
now.
think? She didn't have a will? You don't think she had an estate attorney?
I don't know because it was a lot of murky stuff going on with Angie. A lot of murky stuff. I don't even know why she had those people around her in the first place that didn't seem to be protecting her. If you're a celebrity, you're supposed to have people around that know what they're doing. No one should even have gotten near her. She shouldn't even have been in the van.
Exactly. I didn't think she
Okay.
should be in there either.
That don't even make sense that a major celebrity is sitting in a van with what, 9 people? That sounds like a setup from the start. And then what happened backstage? Let's talk about what happened backstage. She backstage, a man they don't even know is back there. They escort her out. We don't even know if she made it to the van. There's a lot of murky stuff going on with this. But I stand by Angie. She said they were going to take her out. And in a matter of what, 2 weeks, they took her out. You could stage all of that stuff. Listen, if her body was there, don't look like they closed off nothing to me. Don't look like a corner van came. The news people, everybody would have been out there. It don't seem like they even really covered it. You just heard them mention it. Oh, singer Angie Stone was murked today by an accident, a tractor trailer. Tractor trailer ain't touch Angie.
So
They
you
was
think her
lying
kids
for.
feel like you? You think the kids think like you then?
I don't know, because those kids seem pretty confused and messed up. I mean, that daughter of hers is embarrassing the hell out of her, if you ask me. I mean, you can get upset about your mama and all that. She looked like she on a guilt trip to me. And that son
Well,
of hers
people
seemed confused.
well people grieve differently though.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm not coming on them. I'm just saying that it's a lot of disrespect going on as far as Angie Stone. A lot. And I seen fake phony people for years. People that was coming up there speaking don't look right to me. There's a lot of jealousy, a lot of fake phoniness. I've been to funerals. All of us, I guess. But I've been to funerals, even at my granny funeral. It was a lot of fake phony people. They ran and tore her house up looking for good. Woman wasn't even
So if
cold yet.
so if you were a legal attorney like and had a good staff, you would represent her estate.
I sure would, and I get every low down dirty dog sniffing around her. And that D'Angelo, you ain't gonna tell me something ain't wrong with him. And let me tell you something else about him. He been on drugs for a long time. So how you know he ain't tricking that son? Oh, come on, son, we gonna do something together. He probably got insurance on his behind by now. There's a lot of greedy, low down, dirty people.
Well, the record label's not going to let him get her royalties. There's got to be somebody clean and an attorney to deal with Sony.
No, I'm talking
Sony
about
has been
putting.
well.
I'm
Hold
talking
on,
about
not even
putting
an American
insurance.
company. And you're talking about somebody over to Japan and get her money because that's where her money is.
Yeah, I'm talking about putting insurance on the fat boy because he said he's taking him on tour. That boy ain't got no talent.
He's decent. I listen to his music
Oh, you like his music? Because they say he
for
got a
his.
song out.
He's decent. He's not bad. If you go ahead and listen to his release before she passed, that she was pushing,
All
and
right,
she
well, I'm gonna
knows
tell you,
music. She knows
I'm gonna
music,
tell
right?
you,
So, and that's her son, though.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. But I just don't, it's too many fake phony people that been around Angie. And I just don't like that because that lady was classy. She was a sweet lady. She done put on and help all these people. And these low down dirty dogs didn't even try and help her. They just stood by and let all this happen. And I know they can't stop people from sending somebody for you, but I'm saying Angie kept coming on, asking for help. And now that she passed, what they do? They stood up there. Oh, Angie! Oh my God! Half of them didn't even like Angie. They was jealous of her. And then when she stopped, when she cut them off from the money, okay, they looking at who was that crazy woman in the van looking at her like that? Did y'all watch that? It was a woman in the van. They caught a shot. She was looking at Angie like, "You about to get it." I
Oh,
don't know if y'all, I don't know if y'all seeing all this, but they are snakes. D'Angelo is a snake. He probably gonna put insurance on that boy. He ain't been in his life at all. He gonna take him on tour. Next thing they're gonna say Big Mike fell off the stage and bust his head. And D'Angelo sitting in the back. Now I could get on again. Because he got a drug problem. Y'all
I
ain't
believe
following.
D'Angelo might know what happened to her.
Okay, but let KFC come on and fry some chicken. Come on, KFC. Come on up
Or
here and
they
fry
might
some
say
chicken.
that he had an overdose. He had an overdose.
so hold on. Before KFC, Lisa want to say something. Lisa, nice to meet you. What are your thoughts?
I think D'Angelo might have some info on what happened to her, and everyone's just keeping quiet.
But
Well, y'all watching.
why would
Lisa,
D'An- why would
oh, go
D'Angelo have anything to do? He wasn't in the Sprinter van. You think Angie called him
Because
up and said something happened?
before she passed away, I'm sure she confided with people and told people that she felt that she was about to go, and it's people that knew more information than what was coming out.
Well, why would be D'Angelo when she actually employed Stoney, according to him, to get her money? Why would she? Why would she talk to D'Angelo about what?
No, not talking to him directly. I'm just saying, like, his son probably, said something about it to him.
Well, her son knows that D'Angelo has less value than his mother, though.
But I'm
If
saying,
anybody's
like,
going to get money
she
for the son, it's
probably
Angie.
she probably confided in people about what was going on.
She did every day on YouTube, once a week or so. She did. She told
Yeah,
the
but
world.
I'm saying, like, she probably like really told them what was going on outside of YouTube.
so let me get this right, Lisa. You feel that she told some secrets to D'Angelo?
No, I feel like she confided in people, including her
Okay,
kids.
okay, but you brought D'Angelo in the picture. We're trying to figure out how did you get that conclusion?
Because I mean, if she confided in people, people are gonna talk, and that's her son's father, and I'm sure he says something about it to him.
You sure about that? Okay.
I'm not sure
So,
about that, but I mean, if you talk to your friends and family, you're gonna say more than what you're saying on television. You're gonna like really tell them what's going on.
so I'm sure D'Angelo can look at it as well as publicly. So what is D'Angelo going to do with that information that's going to cause Angie Stone demise, according to you?
I think he's just gonna keep quiet about it because he don't want to have nothing to do with it because it's just the music business. He don't want nothing to happen to him.
I
But
thought
I'm
you were
sure
picture that D'Angelo has something to do with her demise.
no, I think what I'm saying is I think that they know more than what we know.
Well, she's got an interesting point because one of the hits, Brown Sugar, right? Is she which song does she sing with him? Or she wrote for him?
Brown Sugar Babe.
He,
Yeah, she wrote it for
right.
him.
He's gonna get a payday because of her death. So that's an excellent point.
What I'm trying to say is The way she's talking to people on YouTube is not the same way as how she's talking to her friends and family. And I'm sure they know more than what she was revealing. That's
I
all I'm
just hope she
saying.
had an estate attorney before she
Okay,
passed. I hope she wrote a will, a trust.
got it. Okay, okay. Now, KFC, what do you have to say?
Okay. I
You
want
got
to go back to Storm real quick,
you
if
got
you
some
don't
stuff
mind.
in the background.
Can
I
you hear
don't.
me?
Yeah, but I really don't want to go back and forth
No,
with
no,
you.
no. I just want to say just one thing real quick
Go ahead.
because he told me to shut the hell up. Let me just say this. I'm not Esther roll off of good times. All right. Let me tell you something. Don't ever talk to me like that again, because I'll break your eyeglasses with you still having them on your face.
Okay,
Like you don't know me. Like
he
I ain't never disrespect nobody like that. Don't ever tell me what to do anything. You don't know me. You better fall back in your place. This ain't 1640. Always remember that. I'll crack your eyeglasses right with them attached to your face.
please, KFC. I think
No,
he.
that's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Listen, they over there doing their voodoo. You know what I'm saying? They over there with that Ouija board. They over there with that star in the floor because they showed the picture of Puff Daddy doing that stuff. And they conjure up these spirits. This the music business. And if your soul ain't strong enough, they gonna get you. Okay. Now Angie talked about religion all the time. Now what's that lady? Sloan. Now Sloan done slander Angie and said
Yeah.
Angie has soul. Yeah, she said Angie has soul of soul. I don't know. You know, when you young and you want fame and all that, and they bring you in those rooms, because I know some of these people y'all say is celebrities, and they bring you in the room. When you get a record, they say, this is what you got to do to stay here. Okay, this been going on for years. And you may be young and say, okay, I'm gonna sign. I'm gonna sign in blood. They prick your finger and you sign some of these contracts. Now, if you don't believe me, I don't know if y'all got celebrity friends, y'all might got one or two. I'm telling you, the higher you go, they bring you in that room and they tell you what you got to do. Okay? And they get you on film doing something, you're embarrassed. You don't want people to see. So you literally sell your soul. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened to her. And then some people, they want to repent and come back because they getting older now. Things is happening to them.
I got some questions for you about
Okay.
Sherita Murphy because I want to hear your thoughts about Sherita Murphy. Now she is suing the company, the Elite Transportation, and she states that Angie, her last moments, her last words, Shelly, was begging him to stop. She was begging for her life. What do you make of that?
Well, I don't know about no. For me, we all going together. I'd have stabbed him in the neck with something. If
Okay,
he doing, if
please
he,
don't be
I'm
that.
sorry. If the man is out of control, he would have got in control if I was in that van. I'm sorry. He would have had his behind yanked to the side. So I don't know. I'm not gonna be in there. Please, please, please. I'm gonna make it happen. But as far as this young lady, I don't know nothing about her. She's sketchy as the rest of them. Ain't nobody in there talking about please, 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 and nobody else saying nothing. If I'm in that van,
She
it
said
ain't gotta be Angie.
she said everybody in that van was screaming, telling him to stop
Well, why they ain't yank him out?
Well,
because they felt that would cause an accident if they yanked him out while he's speeding.
so
Well, honey,
didn't
what
they
happened?
say?
They flipped anyway, right? Did they flip
Yeah,
anyway?
They
yeah,
flipped anyway.
but
All right.
didn't they say there was some type of latch and the van was jerking and he was trying to slow the van down? Didn't they say that earlier? We talked about
Well,
it on the
now
show.
Sharita, I'm going based off Sharita's lawsuit. And Sharita and what she's telling Stone in the lawsuit, it didn't say nothing like that. I'm just going based off Sharita Murphy.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. But if he was doing that, jerking with the car, wouldn't everybody be screaming because he's the driver?
Well,
Like
Sharita
thinking,
said everybody was screaming. She did say
yeah.
everybody.
I'm
Oh,
sorry. I've been in the car and I'm sorry. You can put your foot down. You can't get to that person, hit that brake and yank them out of there. We had situations. I don't know. I don't think I would have just sat there
Shelly,
screaming.
you have to remember, this was the biggest man on the van. He's big. He got muscles. Shelly, you're not going to go get up against him.
I'm
Okay?
gonna I'm gonna take him in his neck. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna poke him in his neck.
Okay, Shelly, let's not speak that type of language. But
Okay.
um, okay, this is what Shelly do. I think that's even riskier, Shelly.
Listen, we was gonna go anyway. If that man was speeding the way they say and they screaming, I'm gonna try and save myself. I'm not gonna just sit there and roll over. But anyway, look what happened. All of them survived, right? But Angie. So let's talk about that. How weird is that everybody survived but Angie? So what happened? They got her out of that van, and I believe they poked Angie with a needle to finish her off. I believe that. Someone, either they did it or someone got on that scene and did it. There's no way. What Pillsbury Doe girl say? She said she was talking to Angie. Then she gonna claim all of a sudden something brushed by her. Ain't no tractor trailer gonna just brush by you. You're gonna be knocked clean up in that tree like I guess Angie should have been. That don't make sense that they say Angie was hit because she was helping Angie. The whole thing stinks to high heaven, and y'all know it.
Shelly,
That
so do
whole
you
story.
honestly think that white girl, Courtney, do you think that she was there? Or do you believe her?
She probably was there, but I think that she had something to do with it if she was. Why she disappear? Why
Believe
did she disappear? Why did she take everything down that she said? We can't find her. We can't find the truck driver. Nobody interviewed the truck driver. He would have been interviewed on the scene. Let me tell you something, Alabama, everybody would have been coming out there and at that accident. The truck driver didn't get interviewed. The news people wasn't even out there. No yellow tape was out there. The coroner wasn't out there. I'm waiting on Storm because I know he investigating. Storm, show us a coroner wagon that came out there. If Angie died on that scene, where's all that? We ain't seen
It
nothing.
wasn't there. Gigi, what was Sharita's role? Was she a backup singer?
I'm not for sure what her role was. All I know was she was in that van.
Okay, so
But
she
I'm
was there.
assuming she is a singer or somewhat. I know she wants to be a celebrity, and I think she does sing.
You
So
gotta ask the questions. You gotta ask the questions. That wasn't no normal scene.
so
You
is
would have
she
had
sing,
people everywhere.
is she seen on the YouTube or somebody printed her testimony?
She talked to Storm. If you go to his channel, he tells, and also other YouTubers she have talked to.
But we haven't seen her moving her lips yet.
No, not I haven't seen her. Maybe you guys
It's
have. I
nowhere, right? There's probably nowhere seeing her, right?
don't know. I can't not confirm that. All I can say what I saw with my eyes. I have not seen her with my eyes.
So she didn't sign the NDA, did she?
That's what they say. I don't know what she signed. They said everybody signed an NDA. I don't know. Okay, for
So
sure.
she violated. If she talked to Stony, she would have violated some NDA and got around the lady Rhonda Wills too. Cease and desist. If they did the white girl that way, why didn't they do Sharita that way?
Well, what about what the son said? Didn't the son say the
The son wasn't on
toxicology
the
report?
scene. He
No, I'm
wasn't.
talking about when they did the toxicology. He said it was stuff in her system, but they're not gonna let everything come out. But he said it was drugs in her system that she didn't even take.
He said that on his YouTube.
He was saying that when they was talking to him about what happened before. You know, when someone had broken her house and everything.
Oh, we were talking
And then
about the.
they
I thought you were
oh
talking about
okay.
the scene.
Oh no,
See,
I'm talking about what happened.
Sharita was on the van. They
Yeah.
claimed that everybody signed the NDA. The white girl disappeared probably from cease and desist, but now Sharita's talking. So how did she get over that hurdle? Unless Stoney's lying.
And then think about that, sister. Why would someone have to sign an NDA for an accident if it's really an accident? That don't make no sense. The people are setting up things that makes no sense. Why in the world would you sign an NDA to an accident? That makes no sense. You
Well,
got to be quiet.
what are your thoughts about Sherita and the driver getting it on and finding out that he has a girlfriend?
It makes good
Trifling.
it makes good conversation to extend some more talk, but it doesn't solve what we need to solve. Is to find her records, who's got her money. So she's just being kind of raunchy, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's true. Thing, but I'm just curious to hear what Shelly got to say.
Oh, I thought you was talking to me. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
What about the freaks getting it on? Ain't that what they do? I don't care nothing about them freaks. I want justice for Angie. Now, who had the NDAs already prepared for people to sign? This is a setup. A NDA at an accident, please. Come on,
Well,
y'all.
well, the lady, the attorney Wills is a injury specialist, and she wins millions for people. And she also has a judge show, and she's very connected with Hollywood music industry. So she got on that scene, I guess, in some way to. This is what we were told to represent everybody on the van, in the van. So that's why I was surprised Sharita's talking. So maybe Wills is not the attorney that was mentioned. I think Quiet Storm told us it was Rhonda Wills that presented all the legal stuff, and she is a top attorney. I mean, she wins these type of cases, trucking. It's right on her website. Injury, she wins the big lawsuits.
Yeah, she a crook too. Every
I
last
doubt
one
it.
of
I
them is a
doubt it.
crook.
You got to look at her. You got to, She got too much to lose. She got more money than that's lawsuit probably. And her husband is wealthy. Look her
Well,
up.
I'm not buying what these people selling. Angie told us, and I'm gonna believe Angie, that they tried to take her out before with those needles. She told us that. She sat right there on her platform. Then Angie told us she know who has her money. And she said, I don't know what they're gonna do to me, but I know who have my money and we about to file. And then you tell me 2 weeks later she done had this miraculous accident where she the only one get checked out. And that's all
Facts.
I'm gonna say tonight.
Hold on, y'all. Wait. I just gotta tell y'all, I love Shelly. I just love hearing Shelly talk. I don't care what Shelly talking about. I just like how she be talking.
Because I done seen too many fake phony people. I've been in the business.
Oh my
And
God, I love
they make y'all believe all kind of stuff. I don't believe none of it. I done seen these low down dirty people in action. I seen what they did to Left Eye. You think Left Eye went out of here in a crash? They did the same thing to her. They stuck her with a needle. Ain't no way all those people was crammed up in that car. And then Left Eye, the only one didn't make it. I mean, y'all need to wake up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, Shelly, you know you love, girl. You know you loved. Now, Shelly, are we ever going to get any answers? Is somebody going to jail behind this?
No, absolutely not. They've been doing this for years. They've been doing this since I was in Pampers. If you go up against the elite, if you go up against the music business for now don't get me wrong, they starting to die off. Cause Lucian Grain and what's that? The other fool trying to walk around like he blind. Clive Davis. These fools been controlling everything for years in the music business. They done took out Phyllis Hyman. They done took out Luther Fair. It's a lot of them they took out. When they asked for their money, they took out Prince. Who else they took out around here? They took out Michael Jackson because he wouldn't give them that Beatles catalog. Who else they done took out around here? This is an ongoing thing. And they make it look like, oh, this will happen. When they give you the explanation, it sounds stupid and crazy.
Marvin Gaye, Tammy Terrell,
Come
Billie
on.
Holiday. The list goes on.
Come on, Magic. Come on through. Come on. Tell them all who they've been taking out.
They done took out Lady Sings the Blues. They done took out all of our Harlem Nights. They done took them out. This is an ongoing thing. So and you know what they do? They're so sinister. And I'm gonna plug you in on something. This is why my girl Gigi loves me. Let me show you the flip side to the sinister, diabolical things they do to our people. Not only do they take all of our creative intuitive talent that we get from the Most High, they try to turn it into something diabolical to suit them because they are from the dark side entity. What they do is they take everything, they pull everything out, and they get all of our innuendos and all of our, and then they try to capitalize on it and put their names on it. And guess what they do? After they go globally, which is universal, like you could say a record or whatever you want to call it, they are global. They make money off of us globally that we never get back. And then they take us out, unalive us, so that they could stop our children of the estate. They cut it off, and they're holding down the estate now, right? And then what they do to continually make money on us off of our ancestors, they put these little snippets in these commercials, and then you see these little Caucasian kids running around for Halloween talking about, y'all gonna make me come outside up in here, y'all gonna make me lose my. When I saw the commercial for Halloween and I saw these little palm-colored kids running around singing DMX, I said, wow, they up the ante.
I
So
saw
not
that.
only do they
I
steal
saw
our
it.
intellectual properties, but they continue to get the publishing, they
Yes.
continue to get the mechanicals, and they continue to get the copyrights. All of that money, they steal our generational wealth, and it goes to them and their families.
Yes. Tell it.
It's a spiritual swap, and it's disgusting because they take us out and they steal from us, and then they capitalize on it for their offspring while they take us out, and then they turn it into like a freaking puppet, a circus. And they're in these commercials, and you see them, hey, I'm going to the Hamptons. And you hear in the background, I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
That's
Are
right.
you freaking kidding me? Don't tell
That's
me I
right.
don't know what I'm talking about.
That's right. You know what you're talking about because I know what I'm talking about. Look what they done to Whitney Houston. They beat her up in that room and threw her in the tub. That water was so hot, it was scalding hot. The coroner told them the skin was coming off her back. And you're going to sit here and say Whitney died of an overdose. Please. They've been taking us out for years over that money. Then they took her
Yeah, but did
daughter
you
out.
see? Yeah,
They
did
took
you
her
see
But not
that they
daughter
even
have
out.
that
the
though,
Whitney?
Shelly. Not even that though, Shelly. She doesn't
Mhm.
take baths in hotel rooms. Whitney, she didn't take baths in hotel
That's
rooms.
right.
No,
That's
she
right.
did not.
The lady said her assistant, she said Whitney never took baths in hotel rooms because she, thought the bathtubs were
That's right.
dirty and she didn't know what
But
was
let me
going on in
plug
the
you into
bathtub.
something more. Let me
Right.
enlighten you to this with Whitney. I'm really give you something. Whitney, can see we come into this world, we come in as a spirit into a body, come through our mother's womb, and we forget who we are. And we have to remember, and that happens in time. But when Whitney remembered, didn't she go to Israel? Didn't she get baptized? And guess what I found very spooky but very real?
What?
During her going away, during her after when they were in the church, I noticed when when the cameras came outside of that, I saw these statues. Those statues, they were the representation because they already knew who she was, and she
Mm.
was a queen. She was a queen from her land, and they knew through her bloodline. This is why I could tell you, even in school and education, they know who we are. They study us. They
Yeah.
take the placenta when we are born, and they know who to go after
Absolutely.
because they don't want the Christ to come back.
Yes. It's a
So they
lot.
knew who she was. This is why they had these ancient statues outside of her going away, outside of her memorial. They had it outside of it after she passed on. They had it in a casket inside, but outside you saw ancient propellers. You saw ancient things there, and I said, "Wow, they knew who this woman was from the beginning." So I could take you back to Egypt. I could take you all the way back to Rome. You know why? Because some of us are seers, some of us are seekers. We all come here for a mission. And I'm gonna drop this last jewel on you, and it's gonna blow your mind.
Blow it.
Okay, so the Romans, they went in and they took our people and put our people in captivity. I've had several visions. I've seen it, and I saw myself in the before life and everything happening. But what I did see towards the right of me was a spiritual being sitting on a throne. And I saw myself with my head wrapped just like it was back in the ancient days and the Romans coming. So I say that to say this, they already know who we are when we get here. They already know who we are. And their goal is to take out our bloodlines.
Yeah.
And they're using it through music. They're using it through Hollywood. That's why it's burning down now. Because guess what? Their time is up.
Their time is
And
up.
watch what happens now. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Shelly. Now
Yeah.
Shelly, you Shelly. You crack me up, Shelly. Whatever you say it. Blow it.
Yeah. Give it to them. Because these people is delusional. They've been taking us out for years.
Okay,
And
Shelly.
yeah,
Shelly,
go ahead. Okay.
okay, you know she passed away allegedly in a van by the company Elite Transportation. What are
Yeah.
your thoughts about that? She talked about the Elite and she died in an Elite van. Ain't that spooky?
Yeah, and then at her funeral, they had nerve to have one of those sprinters show up when they was going to the graveyard. They send us messages all the time. They try to scare you. They try to stop you. And I'm just telling the people, open your eyes. Look at the when they went to the burial. What was in the back? The cars was coming first, and then a black sprinter van of all things was following that funeral progression. I mean, the signs is all there. This lady told y'all they was about to do something to her because she asked for her money. And Magic, I'm gonna need you to do that warrior sound again. Let them know about it. We gonna fight. Let them know about the fight because they've been taking us out left and right. Magic got
Baby.
that. Yeah, you.
God, you said what? Magic got that what?
You do that warrior sound you did the other night. That call
Oh,
of the wall.
there's so many. There's so many. There's so many.
I
I
want
could
you
do
to
the Nigerian, the Igbo.
give it to us. I
Hapuna,
want you to send a message to the clear people. Go on, shout it out.
Hashina Sinkante, La Wishfanti, La Lewa, Kingshan Sinfanti, Kashatun Tanwa, Hakina Fin La Hanane, La Shina Sin Madada, Hila Si, Hey, Continua So. Ibo no le, Ibo no lie,
Okay,
Ibo no
okay, man.
combaton.
Hey,
They said, what's your IG or Facebook, Magic?
Oh, it is. Guess what? It's blank.
Okay,
I
she's
have to have it blank for my protection. It's blank. I know how to
yeah,
get it activated, but it's blank for now. Because
yeah,
I'm in
I
the
agree
age of
to that.
explosion, so it is blank. That's why I'm giving this information. When it's time for me to bring it up, I can. But right now, no, I can't have it activated. I'll just have to get the message through you all and through the portal through you all. I can't do it through me. And I
Yeah, I
know I
appreciate
couldn't.
that.
I couldn't do it through me. So it's blank.
oh, you have some stuff in the background. So I have to let you go. You gotta get that background together. All right, you guys. I'm gonna cut it short here. Miss Harris, any last word?
Um, really just finding justice for Angie. That's my biggest thing. Finding justice, breaking all these barriers down. We got to keep looking. We got to keep digging. We can't just let it go. And not keep pressing on because this is crazy. And none of it makes sense. We already know what it is. We know who, is at the forefront of the problem. So as long as we can stay on top of that, I'm good with it.
But she definitely does need justice because it wasn't an accident. It definitely wasn't an accident, especially when she came out of her own mouth and told you they coming to get me. It don't get no realer than that. If I'm telling you they come to get me and then I get got, you can't tell me it was an accident. I don't believe it.
All right. Thank you, Miss Harris. Y'all love me some you. We got to do our role play next time. Okay. Magic, your last words?
My last words is that we are going to continue to dive into looking ahead and looking behind so that we could connect somewhere with all of our people if we have to shut down this industry so that our talented brothers and sisters would never have to experience these things again that's been happening for centuries. We have not been able to connect the dots, but we do have our seers and we have our people that were blessed, that had a veil over their eyes when they were brought into this world, including myself. That's why I don't have my own personal like social media, but I can deliver the messages through your portals.
Thank you, Magic. You know I love you.
I love you, Gigi.
Okay. Shelly,
Yes.
come on, close us out, girl.
Yeah, I just want to I guess the chat to know, calm down. We was just having a little fun. A couple of them said we might have put some spirits out here. No, we're not about that. But I do believe Miss Angie when she said they was coming for her. So I just want people to know sometimes we come up here to lighten the load and make y'all laugh and have a good time. That's all I was really doing. But
You
I'm
do
gonna
a
close.
good job. When I tell you every time Shelly come up here, she cracks me up. If I'm feeling low, I think of Shelly voice and her voice and just how she says things. It brightens up my day. So I say thank you, Shelly. Even when I disagree with her, it's still funny to me. Okay. Because that's just Shelly been with me for years, y'all. Okay. So you my girl, Shell.
Yeah, I'm just about the people. Really, I try and let them know it is true what been going on, and they do need to redo their whole music business. They really do because the demonic spirit been there for a long time. So, but I love you, G, and I know what we talked about before. That's going to be done. I just be protecting you if I don't put it up there. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I told you I was going to put something up there for you on the IG. So
Okay, I'll look
yeah,
on my IG.
yeah, I'm gonna put something up there for you. I just had to be cautious and careful because they don't like when we real. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna protect you at all costs. So I haven't forgot. Yeah, I haven't forgot. I just do things in other ways so that they don't know. But
Okay.
anyway, love you much.
Love you too. Miss Handy, I haven't heard from you before, so I'm curious to hear what you got to say.
Well, I have a whole lot to say. I was thinking,
Can you turn your background off?
yes, 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 yes.
Thank you.
I was thinking that D'Angelo could be an industry plant.
Can you turn your background off?
Yes, 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 yes.
Thank you. Yo, can turn it off so I can't hear that background. You looking back like you don't know what's on. Turn it off, baby.
I'm trying to turn it off, Gigi.
Okay, I'm gonna be
Okay.
patient with you.
Okay.
So that D'Angelo, they said don't
Yeah,
trust
I
him.
believe that he's a industry plant. I don't think so much as he's gonna get an insurance policy on his son or something like that, but he can make him disappear. It's a possibility.
So he's gonna sacrifice his own begotten son.
Yes.
So for another turn of a come
Yes.
up.
Yes, for another turn.
Hmm.
He wasn't really a father, you know? He wasn't a father at all. So why all of a sudden you want to come in and play father and and be his father now?
Yep, I guess he need his own blood in order to make the sacrifice.
And
Because
that's
they're
what
telling me in order to make a sacrifice, it have to be someone close to you.
and that's right, and that's what they do.
Mhm.
But that was all I wanted to say because I was listening, and it's just all disturbing. All of it is so disturbing.
What part is disturbing the most?
All of it.
Okay. Name me the top two.
The top two, the father want to step in and be a father now.
Well, do he want to step in and be a father, or he want to do some business?
He want to do some business. He's a businessman. So he wanna do business.
Since when has he become a businessman? Because I don't think his business doing too good.
Right. So now he wanna step his business back up. So I do believe that
His son.
yeah, I do believe that he will sacrifice him.
Do you think that Mike knows this?
No, I don't.
You think Mike is going to go into the lion's den willingly?
Yes. He's already in the belly of the beast. So
Do you think Diamond can save him, his sister?
Diamond can't save Diamond.
So how can we intervene? How can we help Michael?
Well, pray for him.
That's it?
Yes, pray for him just like his mother did, because it's nothing we can do for him.
You gotta, Miss Handy, I want you to go over there and knock on this door.
Oh, you want me to go over there and knock on his door?
I want you to talk to him.
I don't think so, Gigi.
Why not? Save that brother. He'll listen to you.
I wish I could. I pray for him from over here.
Nah, Miss Haiti, I believe that you can go. You know why?
Why?
No disrespect to y'all, okay? The Jehovah Witness, they go knocking on doors.
That's the Jehovah Witnesses.
I'm just saying, you can do it too.
I'm straight Baptist, baby.
I know, but okay, so you don't believe in knocking on people's doors.
No, I don't. We don't do that.
Okay, Miss Haiti. I appreciate you for coming up. It was nice talking to you.
And it was nice talking to you too, Gigi.
All right. All right, you guys, I'm closing it up. I enjoyed you all. Thank you all for journeying with me on this topic and getting to the bottom of this. This is just breaking news. This is new. Sherita Murphy. This is my first time even saying your name, Sherita Murphy. And I want you guys to know Sherita Murphy, she's watching. Her and her twin is watching right now. And I want to know in the comment section, what do you guys have to say to Miss Sherita Murphy? What questions do you have for her? Because you know she's watching. Her name is in the title. She just got finished talking to bloggers. So she's looking to see who's picking what up. You know, the driver, he's watching too. But I know for sure Miss Murphy is watching. Miss Murphy, hit me in the DMs. Let's talk about it. Come on the show. I dare you. I dare you. I know you're not going to do it, but come on, or hit me in my message and let me know what's going on. Miss Murphy, if I got anything wrong, send me an email or have someone send me an email and let me know what I got wrong and tell me more information that is right. Miss Murphy, I want to know more about your perspective, what you saw with Angie Stone. How was she feeling after she got off the performance? Were you around? Did anything seems off? Okay. Talk to me, Miss Murphy. You know, I know you want to speak. Speak. You know, heal some hearts. All right. So I'm looking in the comment section. What do y'all have to say? It says Who Our Makeup did a short video of them putting makeup on Angie and her casket, the wig together. Sherita girl, you best do right by your mama. And you think you protected, they're going to snatch you up too if you don't be for real. All right. All right, so I'm going to get on out of here. Love you guys. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for engaging with us, walking with us through this journey. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, Monday. I will be doing uploads tomorrow. I will be going live, but I definitely will be going uploads. So I want you to check out the uploads. Tomorrow, this week, it might be interesting because the lives that I'm going to do this week will not be only on Angie. So please support us. Please participate. We will be doing different lives and we're going to steer away from Angie, but we're going to go back to Angie. But just want to give you guys a heads up. We will be covering different topics this coming week. Okay. All right. And I hope you guys join us on all the different topics that we have in store for you. And I'll see you guys on the next video or upload. Okay. Bye.